He must get dressing for painting. Peinteingu! Peinteingu! Right. That's enough of you. If you want to tip the little bitch bear, link is in the description. But that is enough. That is enough of him. Welcome to Paintingu. Brother Two Acre and Beru. Brother Griffu. Welcome. Konnichiwa, and how the fuck are you? The first, like, when I turned this on and I just looked at the chat, like, it's so funny, like, seriously, like, the chat is one of my favorite parts of streaming. Like, I swear to God, like, whatever about, like, all the stuff I do on the stream, like, the chat is legit one of my favorite fucking things. Negru! Like, this is all from Two Acre. Negru! Painting G G G G G G G G go 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 go. We better be in Greenland today, or I'm gonna snap. Oh, I don't know where we're going today. Today is a new painting go. I know this is still here, but that's because I forgot to sign her. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll get the tunes going and start a new one. So we'll have to get the map and the hat out. Um, fucking Greenland. If we go to Greenland, like, I'll have to put some terrain in with no snow. Do you know what I mean? Like, cause like I know there's obviously areas of those places where it's just fucking white as far as the eye can see. Like you can get a thing called snow blindness and all, like, because it's just like reflecting the light. I get snow blindness sometimes when the fucking heavenly light is coming through the painting goo window, and I'm working at the desk, and I just have a blank, fresh page in front of me, and the sun comes in at that angle, and it's just like, Jesus Christ! It's fucking like Jesus himself is like, oh, painting goo. Like, I'm like an hour in to uh Owen's last stream, like with the demon stuff, the Marzinski shit, like, and oh my god, like, so many fucking sinks this morning and all. Like, wait, I have a photo to show you if you didn't see it. Two Acre, are you in the Legends chat? I can't remember. Like, man, like, I woke up this morning Well, it's not when I woke. I was up a while and all. Like I had to get up real early this morning. I woke up at like fucking like 6:30 or some shit like that because the beautiful female is going off with some of her work colleagues to London for the day. They're like doing a fucking luncheon thing at fucking what's that place called? Is it Woolworths? I don't fucking know. But they're gonna go shop for a bit, like women do, and then she'll be back later tonight. So I was up extra early this morning, making sure she got up and around the corner. So I went back to bed for a while because I was fucking like I was like fuck this like if I'm gonna get up at like 4 or 5 or 6 in the morning, I like have to like like consciously prepare myself for that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like my average wake up time is anywhere between 7, half 7, 9. You know, like but like there has been times where I'm like I'm good in flow for a few weeks or some shit like that, and I'm like doing the qigong and doing regular exercise, regular workouts, and I do have like enough energy that I'll get up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm just like bolt upright out of bed, and I'm like I'm awake. Let's fucking do something. Like most of the time though, I'm like a half 7, 8 o'clock, then coffee, cigarette. Like my mornings tend to start like a fucking like a night shift guy's fucking work hours end or something like. Oh fuck! But wait, I show you this photo. It's so fucking funny. So, you had a few errands to run and shit like that to go get frames. I'm sending over fucking Anthony. Welcome to Paintingu. Um, had to get frames for Stuntman Bear and Scouse Bear because they really liked two of the fucking symmetricals that I still had sitting here from ages ago. I don't know if I move Paintingu out of the way, will you see it? There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's like perfect. Right. So Stuntman likes the pink one. What did I call it? Pink and spiky or some shit like that. Like fluorescent pink and like jet black. And then the other one, Scouse is taking that fucking, it's very regal looking, like gold and black. I'll show you. I'll give you an up close and personal look. I'm gonna fucking wrap these up over the next couple of days and send them over to the lads as a thank you for my birthday. Ooh. Jeez, I forgot. Like these frames are actually kind of heavy. Not bad for like was it like €18 a pop or something like. Sometimes this looks mad bright in a on a screen because it's like made out of fluorescent pink. This is one of my favorite ones that I've done. The middle of it kind of looks like a samurai helmet or some shit like, and then the bottom looks like it belongs on the engine of a bike, like pinstriping or some shit like. So Stuntman's taking that one, and of course, fucking Scouse Bear. First thing he said about this one, he was like, "It looks fairly Masonic, doesn't it?" Like the fucking like checkered floor and all like. I only had like a 14 milliliter fucking tub of not you couldn't even call it a tub. It was like a 14 mil uh gold like gold flake acrylic like it's not gold color. It actually has gold flake in it. So like it's proper fucking gold, proper gold like and yeah, I think that one turned out fairly well. They're kind of like they're a bit sun kissed and like dirty and stuff because they've just been sitting there for ages. But I think that's just a thing. Us artists tend to just be surrounded by shit that nobody wants. Like, like I have a little like a small painting that I did ages ago of like a pumpkin or some shit in like a fucking housing estate. It's like coming out of the ground, and it's got like toxic juice, like fucking. I have it there. Where is it? Nearly, nearly ripped the thing in half. Oh god. I was supposed to. I had the plan was I was like, oh, I'll do something for Halloween. I'll do something for Halloween. I'll put on a T-shirt or some shit like that. And I did that, and like I did it in like I think I did it in the January after the like that Halloween. Like I was, I just don't get around to shit. Like I've so much fucking like I've just so many fucking ideas and like I'm so undisciplined in certain ways. Or like I'm like a big fucking child where I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, and I just like randomly paint something and then don't finish it for 6 months or some shit. Like I'm such a fucking retard. You know, I'm not just ginge. I'm not just soulless and a minority. I'm also retarded. Um, let's do it live, kid. It's always live. What's wrong with you? Um, I'm baby stepping to 9 o'clock. I'm doing the work. I'm not a slacker. You sound like you sound like you're trying to convince yourself. Like I'm not a waste of space. I'm not a waste of space. Paint something, damn it. That's the type of speak that gets the ban fan out. You want to be wafted from the stream. It's like it's like the most it's like the most either the like simultaneously the gayest and the most like flagrantly opulent way to ban somebody. Like, do you know what I mean? I hereby banish you. Be gone. It's like just gently waft them. Just make it fast and irritating enough that they're just like, okay, you can stop now. Oh fuck. Jesus, finally. How long were you waiting? Like, it's not my fault if you show up like half an hour early. Um, fucking stuntman. What's he saying? Stuntman just sent me a message on Telegram there about the painting. He's like, yeah, I'm not giving you me address. Like, oh, you serious? Oh, that's pretty G of him. Like, he's not giving me his address because he can't afford it, and I can't sell it to him for, and you can't not sell it for what it's worth. I appreciate that, like, do you know what I mean? But I still want to give it to him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't like I was thinking about it last night, but then I did think I was like, he actually hasn't bought any of my paintings and fucking hasn't even sent a super chat in or something. So maybe he hasn't earned it, you know? Fat fuck. But I love the nigga, like, do you know what I mean? He showed up for my birthday and all, like, um, I like doing shit like that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm good to my friends, and people close to me and shit. But that's also why I get so fucking like vengeful when like people fuck with me, because I'm one of those. It's like she painted you a flower. Like, I swear to God, I've done that before. Obviously, it was for a female, but I've like, I've done that. I've done shit like that before, where I've like, just done something, not even like big for someone, like but you do something for them, like and then like whatever period of time later, they like betray you in some way, or fucking like not even in a big way, like they betray your trust, or you confide in them and then they like spread rumors or they gossip or something, or they take liberties, something. It could even be something small, and just that switch goes off in my mind where I'm just like, you have no honor, you know. Um, right, I'll sign this cunt and then I'll get a blank one. We get a fresh piece of pop hair. There's nothing quite like a fucking like fresh, crisp fucking like I don't even use them that often because I've started painting on canvases. Like I literally have fucking right under this desk. I have like pads of like pretty decent paper. It's not like really high quality shit. Some of it's like it's heavy paper. 360 grains or whatever fucking the shit is and all. I have some really nice like black paper here. I got nigger paper. Fucking I've condensed nigger in big. Would you like to know more? Did you know how they make black paper? Like, do you imagine that came out on? You're just like flicking around on TikTok, like because like I do see these like Chinese fucking homemade shit thing all the time, where it's like this guy spends like weeks making candles like from scratch. Like it would be so funny if you just saw this like how do they do it or how it's made kind of like video like where it's like they make really nice like black fucking high grain like high quality paper like and it's just like just go into a jungle and like net a load of fucking black lads and murder them and like boil them down into paper and shit like person just like just looking at like somebody sends you a birthday card and it's black and it's just like oh god like, where did you get this Hallmark oh god oh, like in the last few days, like that's why I said like a fucking. I'm still catching up on Owen stream. Still have like another hour to watch, and I was like fucking so many sinks this morning. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was leaving the gaff. Jesus fuck! I just like I fucking get diverted so fucking easily. Like I really do. In most aspects of my life, I'll be fucking going to paint something, and I'll be like, I want more coffee. Um, hello, master. Hello, Master Sinteru. Like, oh man, that's not even autocorrect. That's just you fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Hello, Master Sinteru. That sounds like if I was in Mortal Kombat, that would be my name. Sintaru. My power is sin. Or making you sin, maybe. I don't know. Let's get this disaster started already. Patience, Brother Two Acre. Patience. If I can have the patience to wait nearly a year for you to get me markers, you can have some patience. Sleepy House, welcome to Painteingu. Great stream last night. Why, thank you. Much you appreciate you for your comment too. Uh, Anthony Roo, mucho honoru. I love the way Griff is like really into the whole Jap speak thing. Like every comment is like, ooh. It's fucking brilliant. Imagine all the losers too gay to come out to come hang out here. Ah, don't judge. Do you know what I mean? Like it's understandable. Like I like not only like I've thought about it a few times where I'm like I literally don't promote myself at all apart from just like showing up on Instagram every day and just being like like oh like check out painting or some shit like do you know what I mean? Like I don't push it, like, do you know, because it's just us, it's just the Bears, like, fucking unless some randomers decide to show up, like, which I'm actually kind of like a bit freaked out that we haven't had like any randomers, or have we? I think a Russian guy commented one time. I don't know, like, but yeah, like I fucking like I said, like I love the fucking chat. Like some of the shit that like we all end up saying here is so fucking funny. Like somebody will put something in the chat and then I just go on a rant for fucking like 40 minutes or some shit. Like fucking, I was watching Hanging with Bears and Scouts and Stuntman were talking about that where like Owen was wrapping up one of the streams and then Scouts Bear put something in the chat and then Owen went on a rant for another 40 minutes and they were supposed to be doing Hanging with Bears with each other. Like it was fucking hilarious. Um, I am, but that fecker posts like 77 times a day. Oh, that's hilarious. I turned off notes in there because I check a day. Well, what fucking scouts or like is it Born Bear? Born Bear puts in like a lot of like videos and fucking voice messages and shit like that. No, like I love the Legends chat though. It's fucking gas. Like it's a pretty good chat. Out of all the chats that have been around and like associated with the bear community, like the Legends chat is pretty legit. Like um I've never seen anyone, like even Born. I had it out with Born a while ago because I was like, "Shut up, you fucking drunk cunt!" Like, and a lot of people agreed with me. Like, and then Scouts booted him out for a day, and then like a few weeks later, he was like, "The Christian in me had to forgive him." Like, like, I can't be mean to him. Like, no, Scouts isn't Scottish. Like. He legit said that. He was like the Christian in me had to forgive him. Like I was like, that's why I'm not Christian. That's where pagans have an advantage. Forgiveness, blasphemy. Like, do pagans have blasphemy? I don't know. Like, um, that one's sweet. This one, like, yeah, this one ended up pretty cool. Um, I'm quite proud of the fucking like the bulbous things on it. Like it actually kind of does look like the Czech Republic photo that I was looking at with the bridges and shit. Like the cars are fucking horrific though. Like they really are. I don't know if I can zoom in or some shit. Can I zoom in? Because like if I can zoom in on this shit, like they're literally one of the like some of the worst things I've ever painted ever on anything. I was so lazy. I just like slapped them down. Can I zoom? No, I don't see. I don't see a zoom option. I'm not moving the whole fucking canvas. Um, Griff, why did you just type queef in the chat? Like, were you trying to say like quite? Like that one's sweet, and then you would be like you were supposed to say like quite. It's quite sweet, like no, but like you legit just said queef and spelt it wrong, by the way. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh fuck! Your promos are hilarious. Domo arigato for your comment too. I love doing the promos. I love like it's funny because like I'll put the whole get up on at around 1 o'clock, and I'll do the promo, and it'll only take me like 5 minutes or something, and I'll take all the gear off, and then do other shit and get ready for the stream, and then I have to come back in and put all the gear on again. Like I don't know, like it takes me like 2 minutes to put this on, but I just think it's funny that like I'm waiting for the day. Like I don't know. Obviously, how will I know unless I speak to them? But like I I just think it's hilarious to think of someone catching sight of me like while I'm walking around the house dressed like this. Like someone's just walking past the house and they just happen to look in the window as I'm walking through the sitting room into the kitchen. And it's just like, is he wearing a kimono? Like, just walking through my sitting room with a cup of coffee looking like this. Like, do you know what I mean? Just catch eye contact with them in the window. Just be like, what? Hey, you trying to tell me that you don't dress up as a fucking character every now and again? Hmm? You boring bitch. Demon Hunter Beru, welcome to Paintingu. Deliberately queefing on Paintingu is not honourable. Insanely correct, sir. And we had this problem yesterday. Griffu has a tendency to run a bit low on the old honour. So that's why we've invented the Paintingu app, which will allow you to top up your honour level, you know? And every time you get a notification on your phone, it'll be like, you have a low honor. You must top. Hilarious. I genuinely, like, I swear to God, I genuinely want to make an app, even if it's like just that. If it's just a button on an app on your phone that like engages a load of audio files or some shit when particular things happen. Do you know, I was even thinking of just recording it like fucking ages ago. Port Bear, I think it was Port Bear, got onto me and was like, "Hey, can you do me some like voice recordings for fucking the?" I was going on hanging with bears with Stuntman, and he does those deadly little promos. And the one he did for me, Stuntman, was fucking brilliant. I loved it. It was so funny. Like it was so like 80s action film fucking shit. Like it was scenes from Bruce Lee movies and all. Like and like one of the things I said on it was like, "My bandana is a not for sale." It's just fucking crap. Like the moment he put it in, he photoshopped my head onto Bruce Lee while he's like kicking the shit out of all the black belts in the room. Like it just went perfectly. It went fucking perfectly with it. Like my bandana is not for sale. Like it was fucking brilliant. Like that's the shit I love. I do want to start learning animation and shit and get myself a tablet or like do it on the laptop or something. But like I'm so inundated with like stuff already. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking trying to design a new symmetrical. I've been working on that bear thing for Papa for fucking weeks now, in and amongst other shit. I've started doing Paintingu every day. Like, I'm just like fucking overwhelmed. Like, my brain only has like so much room for all the shit that I'm like thinking of doing. Like, look at the walls. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like a fucking insane person. Just like, I just shit out ideas. Like, It is a gift from the gods. It really is. Like, you know, but at the same time, it is a curse because I'm so easily distracted. I'm literally like, you know that. You remember the fucking dog from Up? Squirrel. Like, I'm like that with ideas. Like, you know, what I mean? I'm just like, I should be sitting. Like, I do it all the time. I'd be sitting there in the bed with the female, and she's like on her phone or watching something, and I'll just be sitting there staring into space, thinking about like all sorts of stuff, whether it's like a storyline or an episode of Redhead that I haven't even drawn it out, storyboarded it, anything. There's not a single animation of Redhead. Like, you know, I've painted 4 panels, and they're not even that good. They're just like the first attempts, like, you know. But I have it all like in my head. Like half the story of Redhead is like in my head, just like swimming around. I have another story that I had since I was a fucking teenager in school, fucking about this guy called Sycorax, which at the time I didn't even know is like the name of like one of the moons of Saturn or Uranus or some shit like that. Like, I don't fuck. Like I said earlier, loads of weird things today. I woke up and fucking how I'm 26 minutes in and I've been diverted so many times from the first thing that I said I was going to show. Iron Man Barry, welcome to Painteingu. Make sure to keep me posted about like how long it takes me for me to start painting. Uh, I just think that's hilarious. Deliberately queefing on Peinteingu is not honourable. Look, the curve of the Earth. I say it is slightly curved. Look, proof. Like, I swear to God, it's like, and then like a load of people get on the internet, and it's just like some ginger guy painted, you know, proof of like fucking the Earth's curve on YouTube, and then like I get famous, and then I shatter everyone's dreams by just being like, I painted it using a fisheye lens monocle, you know, just like the the lens on the laptop is fisheye. Like, oh fuck! Of course, it's a fisheye lens. This is an Asian stream. Like, where is this fucking thing? Right, so I walk out my front door this morning at about 11 o'clock. Been up since 6, like doing mad shit. Got a fucking coffee into me and shit, and I went around the corner, did some errands and shit. And oh no, like that's when I went to go do errands. I opened the front door. My front door just leads onto the main road, right? Like right outside my fucking door, is a huge 2-lane main road that goes straight through the town. There's cars and trucks and ambulances and fire, loads of noise all the time. And and there's a garage. There's a garage right across the road just to the left. So I just like open my door, right? And the first thing that hits me is this like beautiful, crisp winter morning. You know, like the blue sky. It's like 1 degree Celsius. You can see your breath, but like you're not warm because or you're not cold because like I've been moving around and like I'm like all wrapped up and shit. Like, so it was one of those picturesque, like, you know, it was like a Pinterest moment. I just opened my front door and was like, oh, I love this island. And then I looked to the left and I looked at the garage. Can you see that shit? 555 unleaded 555.5 leaded 666.6. I swear to God, I looked left and I saw that. And then I go, fucking, you know, like, I'm not one of those guys that takes pictures of everything, like, do you know what I mean? But like, it's just like, oh, what a beautiful morning. And then look left and it's 555.666. I was just like, already? First thing in the morning? Fuck, man, this is gonna be some day. Like, I immediately put it in the fucking Bear Clan chat. I was just like, so this is what I saw this morning when I opened my door. Bravey Bear's like, go back inside, Defender, go back inside. Like, oh, it's fucking brilliant. And then I had this like really funny interaction with a crow down the road. Like, I went and got myself a chicken fillet roll and a coffee, and I was just like standing just outside the shop at a bench, right? And I'm just like, I stuck something fucking cool on TikTok. It was like some uh fungal thing that like I have loads of shit to talk about as well. Fucking like fungus and parasite shit, and it links into what fucking Owen's talking about and all with the demons and stuff like. But I will attempt to sign this bitch and do other shit while I rant. Um, so I go there, I get a chicken fillet roll, I get a fucking coffee, and hold on, I get this bitch wet. I need my signing bitch. Where's my signing bitch? Is this my signing bitch? No, that's not my signing bitch. This is my signing bitch. Come here to me. You get that bitch nice and wet, and then slap her about. And then use your trusted royal rag to get rid of the evidence. Why is it royal? Because it's purple, you fool. What did I learn yesterday? Pride. The color, the symbolism for pride is a horse and the color violet. That's something interesting I learned yesterday because like Metal Bear wants me to do the seven deadly sins, and I'm really interested in pride. It makes a lot of sense. They say pride comes before the fall. What is the fall? When they all fell from heaven. Who fell from heaven? Satan and the rest of the archangels that came with him. Why did they fall? Pride. What is pride? Satan was like, I'm the best. You made me the best. I'm the best. I'm the most beautiful. I'm the fucking best singer. I'm basically you. I'm God, you know? And God's like, this nigga, this boy. I always like, I've done that a few times. I've tried to imagine what happened between God and Lucifer at that moment in time where God's like, all right, I've had enough of you. Get the fuck out. And Lucifer's like, this is some bullshit. You can't kick me out. You're going to kick me out over them? You fucking, they're made out of clay, nigga. I'm made out of light. Like, it's like, God, like, fucking right, you're made out of light. I made you out of light, bitch. Like, I could just imagine that. Like, what a fucking like argument that would have been. Like, all the angels just sitting there looking at, damn, like, you know that meme where like he's one lad like says something and then all the lads behind him are like, oh, like. You imagine like Lucifer is like, I'm the best, and like God's like, I know you are. I made you that way, and everyone's just like, like somebody needs to animate that. Somebody needs to animate God and Lucifer having that conversation like before the fall, and like animate it as if it went down in the hood, like in the ghetto. Like, you know, this some bullshit, man. Like, oh, it's the best. You know why it's the best? Yeah, I know you're the best. I made you the best. That's literally fucking like fuck off. Like Lucy. Oh, Lucifer. I wonder, like, did he have red hair? Do I have devil blood in me? You know, is having devil blood in you a bad thing? If you play Tekken, not really. Well, kind of. um, Monocrew. Much honor. Sana. Anna. I suppose, yeah, that's a good way to spell honor if you're actually speaking Japu. Did I just describe speaking Japanese as speaking Japu? Yes, I fucking did. Um, that's crazy. No, it's your island. You should be able to make them change the petrol price. Back home on my island. Your island. Yeah, you mean Ireland? Yeah, it's mine. It's one of the best he's one of the best written characters in anything ever. Hi, my name's Stephen. I'm a wanted man. I'm back on my island. Your island. What was it like? Fucking the Almighty tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked. Like, like that chap was the best dialogue in that film. Like, literally the only problem I have with that character is that he's called Stephen. Most of the Stephen is like Fiona. Most of the Stevens and Fionas I've met are absolute cunts, apart from like one of each. My godmother's Fiona, and like she's a lovely person, but she is a bit tapped in the head. Like, but then again, aren't we all? Um, and then like I have known a few, like maybe like two or three Stevens that are like okay, but I've known lots of Stevens that are like straight up freaks. Like in primary school, there was a guy called Stephen, and he was just, like such a he was a proper little weirdo. Like, you know what I mean? I remember going to his gaff one time, and his older brother was like clearly mentally unstable. We were in the kitchen, and his mother was like making a meal for us or some shit. Like we were just standing there chatting, and all of a sudden his older brother comes running through the kitchen like full pelt, just like you know what I mean? Like really sprinting, like, and just goes out the back garden, right? And like goes from like full sprint out the back. The second he gets onto the grass out the back garden, starts walking and like walking like this, like he's in intense thought, right? And he just starts lapping like the garden. I was just standing there. I was like fucking. I was like 7 or some shit, like, and I just remember standing in the kitchen being like, Stephen, what's wrong with your brother? Like, I can't even remember what he said. Like, I think he said something along the lines of like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, he just does that." Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Like, oh god, right. I'll sign this bitch anyway. So I walk out my front door and I'm greeted with that fucking 55566. Then I go down and I get myself a roll and a coffee, and a single crow just lands on, those bollards that stop cars from getting into pedestrian areas, and they just have this like advertisement banner like wrapped around the bollard. Like the crow landed on the advertisement thing, just like perched itself on it like as birds do. And when he perched on it, it like wobbled a bit, like, so it caught my attention, even though I was watching this like uh fungus clip on TikTok or whatever, one of those David Attenborough things, like fucking the Amazon jungle is riddled with things, miniature creatures, vagabonds that consume the various flora strewn about the canopy floor. One in particular manages to slaughter viciously up to 50,000 leaves in a single day, and you wouldn't see it with the naked eye. It lies beneath the soil, approximately 3 meters. Like, you gotta hand it to him. Like, he has one of them voices. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking hilarious. But this crow lands on this little banner thing, like wobbles and all, catches me eye, and they're looking at this nigga. And like, it was a beautiful crow. Like, it wasn't like, you know, didn't look ragged. Didn't look fucked with at all. Like, didn't look like, maybe it was just young enough or whatever, didn't have like aged scars or some shit. But it was a pristine crow. It's like coat or the feathers, like whatever you want to, like, fucking it's downage, because I know there's like different types of feathers and stuff, like, but they had its head and neck, and in the light of the morning, was just like it was like shimmering that, like, really deep kind of blue purple, like that navy dark black bluish, like, I was gorgeous, like. And I'm just staring at this thing, and you know the way birds, like, they do that. It's kind of similar to dogs, where they have that body language where they're like, they'll look directly at you, but then they'll look at you with side eye and shit, like, and do all this stuff, like, but they're still looking at you. So this thing's just like maintaining eye contact with me, like, and I could see that it was like, waiting for me to drop a crumb from my roll or some shit. Like, it was like, this little scavenging motherfucker, like, do you know what I mean? Like, but I love animals so much that, like, I fucking, unless they start acting the bollocks, like, I just like I become completely enthralled with just observing their behavior, like, I'm always fascinated, like, as to be like, what's going on in the mind of a crow, like, do you know what I mean? Because there is something, there is a form of consciousness and intelligence in there, but we can't go like, sup nigga, and the thing's like, it doesn't work like that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, but to be able to like telepathically communicate, like, if, man, one of my favorite movies of all time is Doctor Dolittle. That'd be so fucking cool to be able to just like telepathically communicate with ants. Like, it'd be fucking brilliant. But anyway, me and this crow are having a staring contest because this chap's like eyeing up my fucking role, and not in a gay way. Um, and I'm still kind of like, you know, in between paying attention to the crow and then watching the fungus David Attenborough thing on my phone. And fucking a crumb falls off the roll that I'm eating, right? And then the second it hits the ground, like so the crow's like, eyeing me up and stuff like this, eyeing the roll up and shit, like, and then I'm like eating it, looking at my phone, and like, eyeing up the crow now and again, like, and and then something falls off the roll, and like as it fell, we like made eye contact. I, I, it's like I knew that. It's like he knew that I knew that he was gonna go for it. Like I swear to God, he like dismounts the banner, like really like fucking like delicately, just like really like a fucking gymnast with wings, like just dismounts the banner, lands beside the crumbs, and I swear to God, like his body language was like he's like tentatively approaching the crumb, like, do you know what I mean? Like anticipating me to be like, fuck off, bird. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, he's leaning way back, like fucking like a boxer waiting to counter punch. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so you just lean in, like, or he's like, doing this and then he's gonna lean out. Like, he's seriously doing this. Like, the closest thing he was putting, like, this side, the talon on this side, he was like edging it closer to the crumb, like, you know? And they're just watching him. I was like, just pick it up, nigga. I'm not going to do that. And, like, you know what I mean? And just as he gets within range, he like snatches it and flies away. Like, and I was just like, like it just made me laugh because, like, like to the way most people like, treat animals as if they are like, oh, they're just animals. Like, they're like, on autopilot. All they just run on instinct and stuff. It's like I think that's a lot of bollocks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, I've seen behavior in spiders sometimes that could, like, be argued to be some form of intellect. I mean, look at the way they make webs. Like, you're going to be telling me they don't have some fucking innate programming in them. Like, anytime, like, have you noticed this? That, like, when you notice a spider, they stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know they have eyes, like, all over the place, so their fucking field of view is insane. Like, so it's probably like when they register something like, uh, making eye contact, like maybe they fucking like register the glint in your eyes or something like a bird can or some shit like that. Like I don't know, like, but like the amount of times I've seen a spider been like crawling along, like and you don't even move, you just look at it, and all of a sudden the thing's like, please don't see me, 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 please don't, you don't see me. I am invisible. I am at one with the carpet. I am at one with the carpet. You do not see me. Like, and then you wait, and then he starts moving again. Like, I'm like, how does he know that I just spotted him? Like, maybe I'm just retarded. I don't know enough about animals and all the science bullshit. But anyway, I find it fascinatingly entertaining. Right, a new piece of paper for the canvas. Oh, so after my little interaction with the crow, actually, sorry, it was before my interaction with the crow. It was when I was paying Sleepy. You'll probably find this hilarious. I found it hilarious in a mail. Actually, it was just a funny thing for somebody to say out in the open. Well, I'm in the shop getting me roll and me coffee, and I'm walking towards the till to pay for the stuff. And one of the staff, this I don't know, she might be in her like mid 20s or something, like this young lady, um, like real small, thin, like, do you know what I mean, like kind of nerdy looking, like, but like one of those kind of like not scumbagish, but like kind of has that like, all right, fucking like, kind of accent to her, like that tinge to the accent. And and they're walking past, and she was like, she was like, like what are they called? Facing off on the like items on the shelf, like. But she was talking to another staff member that was walking over there, like, and she was like, "Oh, stop! Yeah, I'm wearing fucking white socks with black shoes today, and I'm just they're giving me the ick." And I just heard that while I was walking past. And I was like, what like, I did that laugh where you're like, like, it's like women are hilarious, but it's not like, it's not in the same way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not she's not joking. She's genuinely got the ick because she's wearing white socks, black shoes. And like, legit, the first thing I thought of was like, Bruce Lee wore white socks with black shoes. What the fuck's wrong with that shit? Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, I fucking that fungus video I was watching got me thinking because I've mentioned on stream before that I have a theory involving parasites. I've noticed I'm a bit of a patterns guy myself. I'm a gamer. I like problem solving. Uh, I like skill based games and things that like force you to use your intellect in creative ways. And I like just hypothesizing in general. I do like that. I like hypothesizing, and I don't really care if I use the theory if I use the word theory or like hypothesize, but like like I don't really explain it to you guys. It's just a thought, you know. I'm not claiming anything. Well, sometimes I do. You'll quite often hear me be like, "I'm telling you now, it's gonna fucking happen." But I believe that there's a high possibility that one of the possible explanations for the insane behavior that we have seen displayed amongst humanity. It's a bit dark in here. The heavenly light is not with me today. There we go. It does get rather dark and gloomy most of the time in the winter here. So fuck me when the clouds aren't in the sky and it's all blue and shit. This place is beautiful, especially with frost. Stanmanbaru, Kalkamu, oh Paintingu. I got your text. I still kind of want to send it to you. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, you think that it's like I should sell it like for what it's worth and shit. But like, I want to give it to you. Like, and you can just like send me something. Like, anything. Pay for the postage. I don't fucking like. I don't care. You came to my birthday. You fucking surprised the shit out of me. I'm sending one to Scouts, so I want to send you one too. So don't feel any way about it that like you can't fucking afford my artistic talent. My friends don't need to afford my artistic talent. I give them discounts. Actually, I should do a Defender Doodle of you. I haven't done Defender Doodles in a while. Metal Bear, Solver Bear, and Sleep Deprived Bear, I think all still use the profile pictures that I drew up for them. The Metal Bear one turned out really good. Just a bear in dwarven armor with a fucking sledgehammer, and he just like builds fences. That's some of my favorite shit to do is character design. And like it's not that time consuming. The symmetricals are actually very time consuming. The one I'm working on at the moment is gonna look pretty fucking cool. Um okay. Beastmat. Crows are so intelligent. Yeah, I've heard they're fucking ridiculously intelligent. And they seem ridiculously intelligent. Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Like, Matt, could you imagine, like, Lucifer, here, now. Like, chap just flies down. What? What do you want of me? Like, you've been acting the bollocks. And you know it. Oh, all I did was just, It's like, I well believe it that Lucifer just turned out to be such a faggot. Like, do you know what I mean? But I'm the best. I'm the shiniest and the brightest and the best singer, and all these guys love me. Like, you know, if you don't do what I want, me and the boys are gonna fuck off. It's like, fucking leave them. If we leave, we're going right to Earth and we're gonna fuck with your creation. Off you go. I'll wait. Like, just, that to me makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? I'm rebelling. Me and the boys are rebelling. All right, yeah, off you go. Like, bitch, I made you. You think I can't replace you? Like, oh, but I'm the best. Uh huh. For the moment, like, took me 7 days to make a realm. You think I can't make another one of you? Fag. um, get in here, Rudy. Get in here. Painteingu's on. Oh, that's hilarious. There's always one exception. There's always a black sheep. There's always a like. Well, I think that about the realm. You know, there's rules to this place. Exactly like the Matrix when Morpheus is in the training room with Neo, and he's like, "There are rules here. Some can be bent, some can be broken. You know, but like there's a set of rules. You know, first thing is you learn the rules. Second thing is you learn the limits of the rules. Third thing is you learn that some rules in certain contexts don't actually apply and can be broken. It's fascinating. Like that stuff where, like, in the is it the end of the second Matrix movie where Neo has the ability to interact with things in the real world. They do something similar in Assassin's Creed, where you have these people. Like, the whole thing about Assassin's Creed is it doesn't actually take place in the past; it takes place in modern day. But they load these people into these things called the Animus, which basically animates memories. So it's a dream, virtual dream world that's supposed to be an accurate depiction of the past because they've accumulated so much data, that they can, like, accurately map it all out. You know, cool concept. Um, and it's like similar in Bloodborne as well. There's a lot of these things where, like, but basically the effect is called bleeding, the bleed effect in Assassin's Creed, where he is just like what was he, a fucking a delivery guy or some shit like that in the first game. I can't. He was just like, he wasn't anything special, you know. And then they hunt him down because his ancestor was one of these guys, and that allows them, that means they have something to work with. They have, like, genetic memory that they can work with, so it's easier to, like, move this guy's consciousness into that, like, you know, digital realm or whatever. Like, and the longer he's in the Animus doing these mad things, like, you know, these huge jumps, like fighting all these dudes, and, like, you know, has all these skills and abilities and shit. Like, he'll get, when he starts to wake up out of the Animus and walk around, he's like, he remembers how to do all of it. He still, his nervous system feels like he can do it, and therefore he can do it. And that makes a lot of sense to me because, like, I used to be able to do stuff that I can't anymore, but my nervous system still thinks I can. So I think there is, like, you can train your nervous system to do stuff, and then you're like, it's like a combination of your nervous system and your will. So, like, you think something and then you try to make your fingers move. You know, most people you're going to be able to do that. But, like, you know, if you think that you can, like, do a backflip, if there's no doubt in your mind, like, do you know what I mean? Because, like, you have those fools who'd be like, "Oh, I can do a backflip." You know, it's like, do one then. And he's like, "Oh, well, I can't do one right now. Like, you know, fucking, I have like a cramp in my hip. Like, you know, one of them niggas. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I can do that. Do it. Show me. You're like, maybe tomorrow." Like, yeah, like, you can see it and feel it in somebody's face. You can hear it in their voice, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can do that shit." And then they're like, "Show me," and then boom, they do it, and you're like, "Whoa," you know. And, like, I definitely think there's, like, a truth to that, where, like, I think the reason why these demonic forces or whatever they are, like, are so hell bent on, like, distracting us from truth and stuff like that is because the more you come out of the system, having been in the system for so long, and your nervous system and your consciousness are like, adapted to living in a world full of lies and deception. And then you start learning all this real shit. You start waking up or whatever. Are you not going to retain a lot of the, like, it's like, again, like to connect it to what Owen's saying, that, like, I haven't watched the whole stream, about an hour to an hour and a half in, or an hour. And like, I used to think that all the time. He said he's like he really appreciates how much good, like, gravy there is in learning about in studying the dark side and studying the demon realm, the evil, like, and I've always been like that. I've always been like, well, the more, like, know your enemy, like, do you know that, like, like one like, I think that's one of the in a weird way, it was like a really good thing and a really bad thing that one of the first movies I remember watching when I was like 3 years old is Conan the Barbarian. Like, fucked me up in like a shouldn't have been watching that kind of sexual activity way, but also weirdly put like noble fucking like morality in me somewhere. Like, where it's like, know your enemy, you know, and if you're to not, like, if you really know your enemy, then you've studied your enemy, and you understand your enemy. If anything, you would have compassion for your enemy because you like really understand them, like, and I think that's where I'm at now. Is like, and he was thinking about it. I think Owen said something similar, where it's like, love your enemy, like, love thy enemy, and instead of seeing them as like some kind of like evildoer or oppressor, you see them as someone who has fallen to their own weaknesses, and therefore allowed themselves to become empty or vacated so something else can come in. All of this makes total sense to me. I completely agree with like pretty much like all that shit. I'm like totally into the, like, schizo demon shit, like, and the like old world Florida stuff. Like, most of the gravy, I'm like, yeah, totally. However, like I've said on previous streams, I think there is a high possibility that somewhere in our recent history, while humanity was like expanding throughout this realm and people, adventurers were going off and finding things, I think there's a high possibility that we came in contact with some form of organism that is really fucking advanced in certain ways. You could argue that we're the most advanced because this stuff, we stand upright, and our brain, right? Posable thumbs, stand upright, like bipedal, and our brain, and like the way we're made, like, fucking just makes us like we can come up with technology and all this fucking shit, right? You could argue that that makes us really advanced, right? Yes, in a particular aspect, we are really advanced. However, there are organisms like parasites and fungal growths, right? Spores and such, that actively control, like, not just influence, straight up control other organisms without having a like individual body, mind, nervous system, consciousness, any of this shit. Maybe it does. I don't know. Like, but like you've probably heard about this shit where like one of the largest organisms of the planet is like a fucking mushroom or a fungus, and it like spreads like through a massive section of a jungle or some shit. Um, I have said before on the stream that the patterns I see is like in movie or not movies, like TV shows like Stargate and uh, video games like Bloodborne, and then like other like something like the Matrix as well. When they put that fucking when they have him in the room and they put that cybernetic squid thing in his belly button, right? I really think there's a high possibility that this whole around the time the whole ice wall shit, probably before that actually. I wouldn't be surprised if like the world wars were like also connected to that shit. But I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know when would be like the best logical estimate, because like I don't think about this shit like to that deep. I don't get into the weeds. I'm just like, well, that's a possibility. So I think there's a possibility that we came across an organism that is higher on the apex predator ladder than we are, but for different reasons. technology, consciousness, and opposable thumbs is our advantages, and then like the power of numbers and stuff like that. Like, but I think that these fungi or parasites that can take over things like snails, ants, uh, what's another one? Fucking like small insects, like fucking like that one that can take over a praying mantis. And when that was the one that really got me, like, oh my god! If you've never seen it, um, I don't know, like if I could get it up on stream here. It's like, I'm gonna try and get it up on stream. Oh, you dirty bastard! Um, yeah, because I can put like sources, YouTube and shit, desktop. I don't know if I can fucking. I haven't got it set up, so I'm not gonna do that. It'll just take me ages. But there is a video. I've said it before on stream, mentioned it before. So I'm not gonna like go through it in detail again. You can go back and watch it if you want. Can't remember what episode. But basically, there's a praying mantis. It's got some kind of parasite in it, and your man to like showcase how this thing works and what it is, places the praying mantis into a tub of clear water, right? Just like it's not like as far as I'm aware, it's not like an alcohol solution or anything or saline or anything. It's just water, just like a small Tupperware container of water. You know what praying mantises are like? They can be like this big or like this big or whatever. Like some of them are quite large, like about the size of your hand or something. Like, and this guy, this thing's still like this. So for all intents and purposes, this thing looks alive. And he places it in water and it stops. And then after a few moments, this black tentacle just starts emerging from this thing's arsehole. Like right out of the bottom of the abdomen, just like it basically looks like it's coming out of the thing's asshole. And it's just this black tentacle. And then another black tentacle. And then another black tentacle. And then this like 5 or 6 black tentacles emerge from the fucking praying mantis's corpse, and they're so big and there's so many of them, and they're like connected at a center point like a node, that like an octopus like kind of thing. And when you see the collective mass that this parasite actually is, as far as an organism, compared to the thing that it was just inside of and controlling, right, it immediately reminded me of Men in Black, where the big cockroach alien thing lands in the farm and takes over the farmer's body and puts his skin on. But because this thing is so big and it puts this guy's skin on, he's like, I need sugar water. Put sugar in the water. Like Frank, your face is falling off your skull. It's fucking, it's just like hilarious scene. I think that's a fucking. I think that's a gravy drop. I think there are body snatchers. And I don't think they're just like etheric demons, right? Because listen to this. The video I was watching earlier on, and was talking about this fungus that eats like 50,000 leaves in a day, but it doesn't really. It like assimilates the equivalent of 50,000 leaves in a day, and how it does that is fascinating. Its spores are inhaled by ants, right? And its spores are like neurochemical inhibitors or whatever you want to call these things. I don't know the whole fucking science shit, and I don't even know how they know this shit. Like, do you know what I mean? They could be making all this crap up. I don't know. Maybe it's the demon's fucking excuse or something. It's like make them think it's just parasites and fungus and it's not actually us. Totally possible. However, fascinating to think of, because if what they're saying is correct, and a fungal organism or parasite has the ability to completely control the nervous system of multiple creatures, right? And not just control the nervous system and, for want of a better term, consciousness of multiple creatures, but it has an agenda, and the agenda changes. This fungal growth that exists under the soil, right? So you wouldn't just see it around so. Not only would you not see it, but you also would, when you saw the ants doing what they're doing, you would assume that that's just what ants do. This is not true. The fungus influences and controls the ants to go to particular trees and particular bushes on different days and stuff and collect different materials, right? And because it's one of those organisms that is like one mass organism, like it can cover a large area and its like whole nervous system is like connected. It's like a hive mind. So like it actively sends out some of the ants to find resources and bring them back. And when the ants come back with the resources it wants, it grows small mushrooms that the ants feed on, therefore perpetuating the symbiotic relationship, right? So this to me sounds extremely similar to the whole angel demon human connection thing, where you have these things feeding off us and influencing us and controlling us in various ways for various reasons. What if, just like there's little birds and big birds, you go from a robin to a crow to an eagle to a vulture to a fucking, what's the biggest one? It was like a fucking albatross or some shit. I can't remember, or a golden eagle. There's levels to this shit. There are rungs on the ladder of life. And just like you would see a minnow swimming in a pond versus a great white murdering a seal, I think there is a possibility that just like they have the fungi and the parasites that take over small creatures like ants, snails, rats, praying mantis, small insects, or whatever, why wouldn't there be fungal growths or parasites that could take over large creatures like us? You know? And if they did, what would they use us for? And then you start thinking about what Owen's been going on about, like, and not just Owen, other people, where it seems like there is this agenda, this other consciousness that is like steering us in a direction that doesn't make any sense, Because if your goal is to just make money or profit, doesn't make any sense because we'd make a shit ton more money and make more stuff if we all just worked together. So if your goal is to simply just destroy everything, doesn't make any sense. You could just start going around wrecking everything. So what's the goal? What are they feeding off of? It's like the perpetuation of negative energy. But it's like negative energy from our perspective. So what if positive energy from their perspective is the waste material produced by organisms like us when we're in a state of fear? Chemicals like cortisol and all this stuff, are like pheromones. Like we give off smells and pheromones and stuff like that. Like, what if certain fungi and like parasites and stuff? What if they feed on just energy waves? What if they feed on just like literally like positive and negative energy? But negative energy from our perspective, like loss or trauma or fear or anger, or all these things. What if that's a positive force that they can feed upon? And it's not a demon. It is simply just an organism in the circle of life that is almost put here to keep us in check. Because, like, what if the human race just kept expanding and kept expanding and kept expanding and kept expanding and kept, like, just boom, 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 empire, empire, empire? It would appear that somewhere in our history we got to a point and went, okay, no further. Why? Here's another theory, right? I've heard that most biological and chemical reactions stop at below 0 degrees Celsius, i.e., freezing temperature for most things, right? Now, I've heard that things like prions and stuff like that, these like microorganisms are like incredibly hard to kill. They can like exist in lava or some shit. So, like we said earlier, there's an exception to every rule. But what if, what if we're being farmed by something that's quite real and not spiritual? But the consequence is almost like the consequence we feel is almost spiritual. You know, I was going to go on another tangent there, but like it's not like I don't feel like it's quite thought out yet. Like, and I don't want to just keep rambling like a madman. But I totally think that like all of this might actually be like it's not, you know, or the enemy you cannot see and all that stuff. Like I think all of this might actually be like a real creature. Like and that's not I'm not saying that like, I said this on the other stream as well. It's like I'm not going for the whole like, it's not our fault, it's not our responsibility, like we were made do this, blah blah blah. Like it's still a choice. Because like I do believe that like, it's very possible that even a lot of us are corrupted or infected, with some kind of parasite or like fungal thing or like like they could get that shit into the water, they could get that shit into food products like real easy, like I will say what I was going to say because it's not exactly complicated. Right, so all biological and chemical, most biological and chemical reactions stop at 0 degrees Celsius. Maybe that's why we're not allowed to go to Antarctica because those things can't survive the ice. Maybe that's why Adolf Hitler and the Nazis were so interested in what was under the ice. What if these things can't survive the cold? You know, if there is like a thing, but it could be the opposite. Maybe they thrive in the cold, and that's where we found them. We found them in the ice. There's a lot of movies. There's a lot of movie gravy with that stuff. That stuff where there's like something buried deep beneath the ice, and it gets like woken up and shit. Like they do the same with the ocean and shit. Like. So it could be one or the other. Or maybe it's neither. The only thing I'll claim is that it's fascinating to ponder. Right, I shall read these comments and then we shall get the tunes on. An hour and 12 minutes in. Uh, that's hilarious. Stephen's brother was in a hurry to have a stroll in nature. Crows are so cool, you can teach them to speak. Oh, no, yeah, they're supposed to be smarter than parrots. I think. That's what I've heard anyway. Like, they actually have a higher problem solving ability and shit. Um, Beastmaster is a fucking good movie. Did you ever see Beastmaster? That movie traumatized me as a child. There's like these like horrible fucking bat-like vampire creatures that like they're in a dark forest or some shit. Some kid gets like fucking like sacrificed to just like given to these things to eat. And the way they do it is like horrible. They're fucking mad looking, and they like descend on you like a bat with huge wings, and they engulf you with their wings, and they like puke all over you like a fucking fly would. They just like they vomit this like acidic material like fucking alien or some shit all over you. And then like they open their wings and a lot of bones just fall out and shit. Like swear to God, I'll never forget that image. Like like that like fucking 60 seconds or 30 seconds or something. Like I remember seeing. Yeah, it is Beastmaster. Yeah, like I remember seeing that. And I was just like I can't remember what age I was, but I remember looking at the screen, just being like, "Oh my God!" Like recoiling in horror at like this thing that could just like grab you and melt you. Like, um, if you do that regularly, he'll show up every time. Do what regularly, and who will show up every time? I probably like that's probably like see. This is the problem with trying to go back to the chat. It's like, what are you guys talking about? I'm way past that. I'm like, like yeah, that Harvard documentary on crows was incredible. I've never actually watched that, but I've just seen like a ton of videos of like people showing what they've managed to teach a crow how to do. The crow is your muse. They're beautiful creatures, man. They're like a beautiful looking bird, like just like jet black, but they're kind of mean looking because like like their beaks, man. Seriously, like you can peck your eye out. One fucking like just bang, like just, um I'm curious of where the movie The Cure for Wellness fits into your parasite theory, assuming you've seen it first, though. The Cure for Wellness. Never heard of it. I'll have to check that out. I'm curious of where the movie The Cure for Wellness fits into your parasite theory. All right, right, I'll have to check that out now, and then I'll let you know. That birthday video was hilarious. The look on your face was priceless. I know, it was fucking brilliant, wasn't it? Like, I have like a fucking clue that was gonna happen. I was like, they're lucky I didn't answer the door like naked, wearing a dress, wearing nothing but a house coat. So, like moments before I went downstairs, like I was just naked in bed, wasn't gonna do anything. It was my birthday. I'm like, I'm 32 today. It's Saturday. I ain't doing shit. Dick out watching Netflix. I don't give a fuck right now. Like, and the female turned around to me. It was like, put some clothes on. I want you to come down and I have some things for you in the kitchen, like your card, and like I got you something for your birthday and all. I was like, all right, yeah, cool and all. Like I just put a t-shirt and trousers on, put my slippers on, went downstairs. As I'm walking down the stairs, the fucking door knocks and all. I'm like, who the fuck is this on a Saturday? Like, and I open the door and I see all them. I was, way, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you can see me like look back at Emma and just be like, what? Like, I nearly started crying like 5 times in the space of the first half hour. I was just like hugging them all and being like, I can't believe you did this. This is like it's been a long time since I felt that kind of love, you know? And it's like it's insane, man. It was such a morale boost. It was so like humbling in so many like I genuinely didn't think that people held me in high enough of a regard to like fucking get on a plane to come see me for my birthday. Like, never mind, like like driving for a few hours or some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like I'm in like the center of the island. Like, it's like a few hours for anyone to get to me. Like, it's mad. Like, I was like I was on the verge of tears a few times from the sheer like the level of joy I was experiencing. I was like, like I think I still feel like that now, actually, like recalling all of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I seriously, everyone who came, like, I love you so much. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was such a good birthday. Like, people painted shit for me and all. Like, oh my God, yeah, fucking, if for people who haven't seen it, I put it, did y'all see the thing that Blight Bear and all did? Did you see my Instagram thing? If you didn't, I'll show it anyway. It's worth showing again. Like fucking Blight Bear and someone close to Scouse. I can't remember if it was like Scouse's brother or his son or his friend or some shit. Um, and then one of the clans in our bear, Hannah's Baron Bear. Fucking Scouse was so drunk. It was so funny. He's like, "Hey, Hannes! Hannes is like just the best bear." Like, it was so funny. Scouse was so drunk. He was locked. Like I got really drunk really quickly. Like I was drinking whiskey like a fucking 2 o'clock in the day for breakfast. Like Jim Beam. Like, do you know what I mean? Like wasn't just any whiskey. It was like proper fucking whiskey. Like happy birthday, get that into you. Like, like on an empty stomach, just like whoop. Fucking 15 minutes later, I was like, I love you guys so much. Like it's hilarious. So Hannes drew this. Baron Bear drew this, and then he wrote stuff on the back. Like it's fucking deadly looking, in it. Mad like Celtic knot with a boat and like the stars and all. It's beautiful looking. And then Scouse, I can't remember who it was, but Scouse's like brother or like son or someone close to Scouse. Someone close to Scouse did this. I like. I need to get this scanned because, like, I want this to be my profile picture on everything. It's fucking it like it really does look exactly like it's fucking amazing. And like the Japanese sunset shit behind it and all. Like, I can't remember what it says. Um, yeah, I think he told me what it says, but I can't remember. And then Blythe Bear did it. Look at this. Look at how beautiful that is. Like she did me as like obviously she did like Defenderu as a bear, and it's like seriously one of the coolest fucking things anybody's ever done for me. Like look at that, like the fucking hair, man. Like come on, like fucking detail in that is incredible. It's so good looking. There are so many people in this community that have like legit skills that are worth like serious fucking money. It's actually mad, like, and I'm fucking one of them. I fucking buy my painting. You buy my painting go now. Um, I get back in the chat here. Um, that birth. Oh no, I already read that. Tron was good back in the day. I like Tron. I like the original. The fucking modernized versions are right. Like it looks really cool, and they had like cool music in it and shit and all. Like, but whatever. The original one's really good. Like, um, the Bandit. What's this channel? What's this dude talking about? Stick around and find out, nigga. Welcome, de Banditu, to Paintingu. You honor us with your presence. Yeah, the honey mushroom is the largest organism allegedly. The honey mushroom. That's an interesting thing. The honey trap. You know, I know it's like fucking sugar and attract flies or whatever, probably, or like a bear to honey or some shit like that. But that just triggered something in my mind there. The honey mushroom is the largest organism allegedly. The honey trapped. What if the whole human like species has been honey trapped by a mushroom? Oh, I already read that one. Whatever yeah, go on, Dick Ford. Whatever the fuck he wants to. It's his channel and it's his island. Yes, when I was kicked out of heaven for painting the Monkey King's penis, I retained my demigod abilities for creativity and epic painting goo. However, I have become mortal, and as such, I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot on my mind. You know, I'm holed up here in this small hut at the base of the heavenly mountains. Sometimes they grace me with the heavenly light through the window yonder, but alas, today it seems I have been forgotten about. Uh, Not much, but I wish Defender would stop smoking. It's making me jones for a cigarette even while I'm vaping. Man, fuck vaping. Like, that's a man. I don't know. I can't believe Stuntman Bear. Whatever about Stuntman Bear being a fat faggot with like blonde tips, he also vapes. I mean, the fact that that nigga is still in this community is a miracle in its own fucking right. Like, chap, like, I don't know how he has all that. Like, where's all the money to pay all that gay away? Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck, that's not gonna happen. I've done streams where I don't smoke at all, but like then like it's like if I have a smoke just before stream, I'm usually all right, especially if I just keep going. But like a lot of the times, I've done so much prep and like I'm waiting for like the right time to start the stream, and I'm like sitting here kind of like gathering me chi. So I just roll two fags, and I'm just like whatever. Like I also think that like I don't get as intense when I smoke because sometimes like I can still get a bit like which I know people like sometimes though, but I don't like long term. I don't think it's good for me to like uh get really like hyped up all the time. Like especially at like I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to discipline myself in a lot of ways. Like so I'm trying to like divert my energy in a you know good creative moral way. He says smoking on live on the internet, talking shit. Um, all the way from Ireland. Now that's power. You must resist. Be strong, grasshopper. Oh, that's hilarious. Uh, I'm quite weak in regards to nicotine. Ah, man, same here. Same here. Uh, I'm one of the few Irish people though that actually doesn't. I don't. I'm not a big drinker. I do like drinking. I don't like being drunk. I like being like a little bit tipsy. So like one of my favorite like states to be in is just like a little bit hazy. I don't like being drunk. I don't like having full control of my faculties. Um, and then the fucking hangovers, man. Ugh. The crow will meet you in the same place, same time every day if there's food involved. Yeah, like I was thinking that to myself when I was looking at the thing and all. I was like, I wonder how many people have like stood here and that particular crow has just like and other crows have just like shown up and been like, "What you gonna drop? You gonna drop something, nigga? What you got there? Is that chicken, nigga? Is that chicken, nigga? You gonna drop that chicken, nigga? No, no, okay, nigga," and just flies away. Like like another one did it like right after the I had the interaction with the first one. Like another one dropped down and was like walking around the ground looking for shit and all. Like I love birds. Like I love how like a bird can look very like elegant and beautiful and just like this like you can have reverence for God's creation because like you see a bird fly and you're just like wow, like do you know what I mean? But then you see a bird on land and the way they get around by like hopping and shit and all and like their little legs are like so spindly like even a big bird it looks like you could just like grab its leg and just snap it and it's like and you would be able to like their bones are hollow in a lot of birds actually I think to make them nice and light so they can fly like it's one of my favorite things to do sometimes is like be sitting in a car, just like look out the window or some shit, and you just see these birds in car parks just like, hopping around the place and all, and do this shit with their head and all. Like man, pigeons. If you're in a bad mood, right, just watch a video of some pigeons. You cannot be angry or sad and like just watch pigeons. Like it's like they're legit one of the funniest fucking creations in the realm is just fucking pigeons. Like just these brain dead flying rats. Like just, like those are one of the few creatures I look at, and like when I look at a pigeon, I think that has the same level of consciousness as like a fucking worm or a termite. Like, you know what I mean? It's just bigger. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think pigeons are where, like, when you talk about something having a pea brain and, like, fuck all consciousness. But I love them. I love pigeons. They're fucking hilarious. Um, 32, Defender just got out of kindergarten. I know, I'm only a baby. I just swear to God, I feel like, despite being 32 years of age, I feel like I'm like 16 or 17 and not in like a mental capacity way. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can be quite childish in my behavior, but that's because I like taking the piss. If anything, like in my day to day experiences with people, like I feel like I'm like 250 years older than most people. Do you know what I mean? Like when like stuff happens in a shop or some shit, it's like if the card machine doesn't work, I always have this like little joke that I say to people where it's like, oh, sorry, like, the machine's like, acting the bollocks today. You're going to have to put it in. You can't just tap or whatever. Or, they apologize for it not working. And I'm just like, I'm sick of all this. I don't know about you, but I'm sick of all this plastic stuff and digital shit. Like, I want to go back to bags of gold. And I always get a laugh. Like, they're always like, yeah, like, as and then sometimes depending on the energy I feel, I'm like, I mean, at least you can like beat someone over the head with a bag of gold, like you can't kill someone with like a lot, like a wad of money. Have you any idea how many? Like, fair enough, you put a lot of fucking money in a suitcase, but that's like you could just kill someone with a suitcase. It doesn't have to have money in it. Like, you know what I mean? You would have to you would have to have so much money, paper money, to be able to use it as a weapon. But you could stick some gold coins in a sock and murder someone. Do you know? Like prison style. Like gold, silver, like like real material shit. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking. I like. When Scouts came over when they came over for my birthday and Scouts handed me the money for that portrait I did for him, and I felt the English money. It's fucking plastic. Like I used to think when I was a teenager, I used to think to myself, I was like, people kill each other over paper with ink on it. What the fuck? It's paper with ink on it. And just because it has, what's the difference between a €50 note, a €100 note, a €500, and a five, like a five and a 10, is just how big the piece of paper is and the number printed on it. That's crazy. Like that, like I remember thinking that, like way before I became a conspiracy theorist. I was like, how does that make any sense? It's paper with ink on it. It's not worth anything. Like, if anything, it costs time, labor, creative energy, and resources to create that paper with that image on it. What the fuck? Like, like gold coins are way easier to make. You get some gold, you heat it up, it becomes liquid, you create a mold, you put the thing in, you wait a bit, it cools down, you pop it out. Gold coin. Beautiful. And then if you want, you stick it in a sock, beat a man to death with it. That's a real currency. Uh, Bandito! Bandito! Why is the canvas still bare? Because you're still here, complaining. That's why. Apparently, it's smoking by the canvas. Apparently, it's smoking by the canvas. There's been a few streams like this. One of them, I think it was an hour and 50 minutes in, and not a lick of paint on the canvas. Sometimes I'll like not paint intentionally just to hear you complain. You're still here. I'm just talking, and there's nothing being done on this blank piece of paper, and you're still here typing. I have you by the bollocks. Pay for painting. um, that's a great painting of you. Great idea to make it your profile pic on everything. Yeah, man, I can't wait to. I have to bring it around the corner to get it scanned. I have to bring it around the corner to the shop to get it scanned, and then once I do that, I'm gonna slap it everywhere. Because on Rumble, I have the brown bear I designed with the hammer. I love that image. And then the rest of the place, it's that fucking green thing. You get the watermark you can see on the streams is the my green face with the green beard. That was so funny. How that happened was like I was like sending a video message to Bravey Bear one day, and like whatever way the light was, it like cast a shadow on my eyes, and my eyes were like totally blacked out. Like I looked exactly like I do in the like in this thing here. And Bravey Bear was like, when I opened up, like, because you know the way when you send a video thing, you can like see like you can see the image, like a thumbnail. And he was like, "I thought you were like really angry at me." I was like, I think like life, the life I've had so far has just given me a villain's visage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have the visor of a bad guy. Like, I have an evil brow. Like, I know I probably shouldn't say that. I have an inquisitive, intimidating brow. Fucking like I started doing that because of Jim Carrey and The Rock. You know, it's like, can you smell? Can you smell what I'm painting? Goo. Fucking the bandit bear is just like scratching the fucking walls, chomping at the bit to have a cigarette. Um, watch Village of the Damned, the first one. Okay, so that's The Cure, something something. I'll have to go back through the chat, or I'll write them down or some shit. Like, there's so many like fucking metal bears. Like, you have to watch this anime. You have to watch this anime. It's so good. People always tell me to watch films. Like, there's loads of like pop culture shit that I've never watched. Like, couldn't give a bollocks. But some of them I do want to watch. Like, I've never seen Clockwork Orange. Uh, I'm after fucking up on the chat there. And a dyed beard. Yeah. Stunt and I had a vape fest on Hanging with Bears. I think we were called gay multiple. You think you were called gay multiple times? You know you were called gay multiple times for that shit. My sister started vape. My sister's 9 years younger than me, and she started like She like smoked for a little bit and then almost immediately like took up vaping. Her health took a hard left turn. Like, man, I've been smoking since I was 17, and all I have is like occasional cough, and I feel like a bit phlegmy and shit. Like, what, like my cardio's a bit jacked. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking whatever. Like, but if people like, there's a documentary on Netflix about vaping, and fuck me, man. Like some of those vape juices, like you're just like inhaling chemical vapor. You know what I mean? Like what that? Do you know what that does to your nervous system? Like, and yeah, I know what a nicotine addiction does to your nervous system. I fucking have one, but like, there's levels to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the same way as like I've done coke, I've done weed, I drink alcohol occasionally, I smoke all the fucking time, but I've never done heroin. And I'd never be like, but it's gonna feel real good. Just put it in the needle and put the needle in your arm. Like what? Anytime I ever saw someone like strapping up, I was just like, drugs are supposed to be fun and feel good. Like you're hurting yourself. like, like what you're like hurting yourself to feel good. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I've been there too. I used to self harm like a motherfucker. Like I've got like scars all over my shoulder that make me look like I've been attacked by a fucking bear. Not a word of a lie. I was standing out my back garden one time, topless, really nice day. We just had a mad sesh. So I just woke up. I was still in my jeans, and I was just standing at the back garden topless with two of the lads having a smoke and a drink. Hair the dog that bit you kind of thing. Like, uh, a friend of mine, like a friend of a friend, was over. Not over. He's from England, but he lived in Ireland somewhere at the time. But he was visiting anyway, like, and he stayed the night and shit, like, and he hadn't seen me without my top off, like, because we're not gay. And but I'm standing there topless because it's like first thing in the morning, like, and you just noticed, like, all of a sudden he was like, "Bro, did you get attacked by a fucking pterodactyl, man?" And like me and my mate started laughing. I was like, like of all the things you could have said, a pterodactyl? Yeah, yeah, Vinny, I got attacked by a pterodactyl. Fucking mad story. Wait till I tell you, like. But they're pretty intense, like, do you know what I mean? I wasn't like other kids. Them kids that like, they self harm and then they cover like, and it's actually just like a couple of surface scratches, and it's not even like on the veins, right? Like I don't have any scars on my veins. I never tried to commit suicide. Um, but I did go through a phase where I like carved myself up like a Christmas ham. And I didn't even do it right. Do you know what I mean? Like I got uh a blade out of a fucking pencil sharpener. I was like, that'll do. And just like vodka, like I have them here, I have them here, I have them on my forearms. I have like the most intense ones. It looks like a hand touched me on my shoulder, and it's like fucking intense looking. It's more like a claw. Like I used to fucking joke. I was like that. Yeah, like the devil got a hold of me. But it was intense. Like that, like overwhelming want to burn the world around you because you've been made bitter by the things that have happened to you through other people that are supposed to take care of you and mind you and love you and shit. And because you're a good person and you don't want to hurt other people, despite how you feel, you hurt yourself. It's a fucked up rationalization, isn't it? Like, like that, because that's what it was. I was like, I don't want to hurt anyone else, but I want to hurt something. I've been wronged and I feel vengeful. So I carved myself up like a fucking ham. Like, it's like, most people like don't actually like, and that's what was weird was like, I knew, I was like, I know I'm going to cut myself deep, like proper deep, like, so I'm not going to do it like anywhere where it kill me because I don't want to die. I just want to hurt something, even if it's like I'm hurting. I'd rather hurt myself than hurt other people. So like, it's like I was caught in this false binary of I had to hurt something, but I didn't. I didn't have to hurt anything. I just ended up hurting myself even more. But now I look at it as like a life lesson and like, a spiritual lesson. Like, it's how you have to look at those things or they will consume you. Very accurate bird impersonation. And that, my friends, that bird accurate bird impersonations are why people come to painting. That and Garlos, you know. Say hello to the people, Garlos. My Siberian tiger, donned in a steel bucket and sunglasses, is my enforcer here on Paintingu. He will tell you to like and subscribe, you cunts, whenever he deems it necessary. And the last thing you want me to do is be displeased enough with all of you mere mortals that I remove the bucket from his head and unleash him upon you. You will fear Garlos. And it's Garlos, not Carlos. Um, haven't drank. uh, yeah, like I actually got to a stage there a few years ago where I had that moment where I was like, I haven't drank in a few weeks. No way. Like, because I used to drink regularly, like, just with the friends, like with the lads, with the boys. Get some beers with the boys, man. I fucking hate beer. I love spirits though. There's a lot. Like I had a fucking Bacardi spiced rum and 7 Up with three cubes of ice. God damn, it tastes like red lemonade and it's alcoholic and it's so good. It's like when something's too easy to drink. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of why I like whiskey and vodka, just like taking shots of like spirits, because it's like you're just hitting it raw. So you're letting your consciousness and your body know it's like this isn't like necessarily good in its entirety. Do you know what I mean? It burns. It's like it tastes like shit. Do you know what I mean? Like unless it's like a particularly good alcohol, like do you know what I mean? There are some whiskeys, wines, cognac, stuff like that, like where you'll do a little hit of it, and you're like, "Ooh, that's nice, that's fragrant and spicy," like. But then like some shit you'll hit, and you just be like, "That's the best shit." That's the good stuff. Uh, you're an odd bird, bud. I'm not a bird, Like if you're gonna call me a bird, like come on. I mean, like get with the lingo. Birds are females. That's why this is why we call lads bird watchers. Birds are females. You want to call me anything? I'm either a dog or a mongrel or I don't know. I don't feel like a bear. Obviously I'm a bear in the bear community, but like I quite often feel like some kind of wolf. Like, and like it's funny because there's legends of wolfmen that were like like Celtic wolfmen. Like there was legends of Irishmen that could turn into wolves. And I swear to God, I've said this before. I've had dreams where like I've like claws and I'm like bounding around on all fours and like I can move really fast and clear great distances in seconds and like I'm like pulling stuff apart with my bare hands and stuff, like do you know what I mean, like a deer. Like do you imagine the visceral experience, the power that you would feel if you could like just just physic with your body, the physical capabilities of your body alone, you could sprint after like a big elk. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe like like a fucking big deer, a buck. And you could sprint after one of these things, leap at it, get a hold of it like a fucking cat or something, like bring it to the ground, and just start ripping it asunder. Like that's the like the visceral masculine energy that is like really just like missing from society. But like obviously it sounds like, oh my god, that's intense and horrific, but it's like it's metaphorical, it's conceptual, like do you know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, sometimes I think it would be really cool if I just like randomly started transmorphing into a fucking werewolf, like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, don't get me wrong, if a lot of that fantasy stuff was true, I think I would probably abstain from it. I'm a good Christian. Fuck that noise. If I developed telekinetic abilities, you'd be the first fucking people to know. I'd be fucking sitting on Peinteingu just being like this, and the fucking brush would be just be like, witness the glory of Peinteingu. And the brush is just moving on its own. Like, it's like, I'm fucking like, part of me is like waiting for the day where people just kind of like, start being able to just like, Kamehameha, and then flying around, kicking the shit out of each other. Anyway, Canada money is plastic now. Yeah, fucking English money is plastic as well. I fucking find it hilarious. Like, can't even burn it. Can't even burn it. You can burn money. You know, that's the one. Like, you could use it as fuel. You can wipe your ass with it. You can't wipe your ass with plastic. Try wipe your ass with a fucking Canadian or English note right now. At least I can still wipe my ass with 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? Try wipe your ass with a fucking laminated bit of plastic. You're just asking for disaster with that shit. Like, uh, acreage, yo. Like, oh man, I can't wait to have land. Even I don't even want like a lot of land. An acre would do me. I just want a garden, a dog. You know, I would like to. I'd like a lot of dogs. There's a part of me that I've always wanted like loads of dogs. That's probably like I feel a bit wolfy. Like there's parts of my subconscious that are very wolfy. Like I used to growl a lot. Swear to God, it wasn't just because I was into metal music. And I was thinking this morning as well. You know those like the monks in Tibet. The whole like and all this shit. Like it was in Dune. The Sardaukar, it's fucking like raining and they're like drinking blood, and he's just like, right. So if Tesla turns around and is like, you will know the secrets in the universe if you know the secrets of like frequency, vibration, and the numbers 3, 6, and 9, and all this shit, right? What if like that's all that shit is? Like take a minute. I know, like you may feel like a fucking gobshite, but like fuck it. Like take about 5 minutes and just start going, and see how high or low and how like much you can oscillate. And instead of being like, because when I do it, it's like it's like here, you know. I think you're supposed to get it down to like here. If you could make your whole diaphragm vibrate and oscillate, man, that'd be like one of the easiest ways to keep yourself warm in cold weather. And where's Tibet? Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff makes just so much sense to me. Where it's like what's vibration? Movement. What does movement create when added like with like movement or friction creates energy and heat? Or creates energy. What's energy? Heat. Like or creates heat. What's heat? A form of energy. Like it's no matter what way you break it down, it all just kind of like makes sense. Like there was a thing that I heard that like fucking one of the tests they had to do was you had to sit in the lotus position just in your robes, like no big fur or anything like that, in the middle of outside the temple in the middle of a blizzard overnight. And what was expected of you was that when the master came back out the following day to view you, you would still be sitting there in the lotus position and there would be no snow on you and there would be a circle around you with like no snow because you had like generated your own torus field, which generates heat, which would melt the snow, you know? And like all these people are like, oh, that just sounds like woo woo bullshit. Try it, you know? Can you do a pull up? Can you do a backflip? No, but they seem more possible because it's like just basic physical movement, you know? I don't believe that shit at all. Like, like I don't ascribe to that form of thinking at all. Like, I think you can train your mind and your body to do all sorts of mad shit. Look at them Indian cunts. I seen fucking one lad who's like in his 70s or some shit, and he's had his arm like this for like 15 years, and it's like all black and dead and rotten and shit. And the nigga's just like, yes, it was very spiritually uplifting to realize that I could seriously just do this for fucking 15 years. Look how strong my will is. Like it's, don't get me wrong, it's fucking insane. But it's like, it is a weird testament to like willpower, or just broken circuitry or some shit like, you know what I mean? Chap gets a smack in the head of a coconut on a random Tuesday, and it's just like, okay, like, and it's just like he was trying to learn IT in an Indian school, and they were just like, Mohammed, answer the question on the board, and he's like, excuse me, sir, I do not understand, and like the nigga just got ignored, and he was just like, for 15 years, all I want is my question answered. Like, like fuck that. Imagine like your arms slowly rotting away. Like, don't get me wrong, they're probably like they would get to a point where like all the like it's just stop feeling pain in it because it's just dead. But like fuck that. Like, Jesus Christ. That's actually one of the cooler things out of that fucking Snowpiercer thing that I'm watching with the female at the moment. If you want to check it out, check it out. It's okay. It's not the best. There's lots of plot holes in it and stuff like uh very graphic. But like genuinely one of the coolest things that I saw, like in terms of like a technological utilitarian sense, was the way they punish people on the train because the outside temperature is like 100 minus 112 degrees centigrade or some shit. Um, to punish the people like at the back of the train, they'll put your arm out a port. They like cover. They'll fucking like put shave your arm and cover it in water and then stick it out a fucking port like a sealed an air sealed port. So they just stick their arm outside the train and it freezes in like 30 seconds or something like and it freezes fucking solid in like 30 seconds. And they do it to one woman, like they're gonna do it to a little girl. And the mother is like, no, do it to me, do it to me. She's just a little girl. And they do it to the ma. And she's like, like fucking, I can only imagine how painful that'd be. Like your arm just like freezing in seconds, like all your nerve endings dying and shit, like just being fucking brutal. But then they pull her back in and her arm's frozen solid. And then just some nigga with a sledgehammer just goes, boom! Like, and like there is this part of my brain that was just like, that's a great idea. Like it's like I'd be like, it's like moments like that Owen gets with the juice. It's like, oh, don't get me wrong, it's kind of genius. Like, I mean, contextually, that's a fucking great idea. Like, oh, uh, I just can't look away from the car wreck. Isn't that like how most people feel about society these days? Just can't stop watching the clown world fucking spin out of control. You should work for the council. Their painters do sod all as well. Should work for the council. Imagine that interview. So, what are your experiences? Well, I do a fucking stream every. I put a kimono on and a bandana, put my hair up, entertain people for 2 hours. Or sometimes I just talk shite for 2 hours. Uh, he's right. I'm still here. Two Acre is right. I just can't look away from the train wreck. I'm signing off because I don't want to know the effects. The effects of vaping. Ignorance is bliss. Oh God. You'll be back. You'll be back. People take up golf, skiing. Now people take up vaping. Yeah, I know. Fucking like, oh man, vaping's just one of those things where I'm like, no fucking way. Um, Gotta bail. Catch up with you guys later. Thanks for the stream, Defender. Next time, less smoking and more paint. Maybe we'll see. You might get lucky and you might get one of the actual painting streams of Peinteingu. Uh, Domo arigato for showing up. Much love. Um, Hoping to poke a hole in a donkey this evening. Did you mean for that to sound that like sexual innuendo-y? Like poke a hole in a donkey this evening? Like, dude, goddamn. uh, Fucking people sprint to McDonald's. Oh, people sprint to McDonald's. Oh my god, fast food. I saw like I don't like I've heard that it's like the food here is like way better than it is in the States because we have like different food regulations or some shit. Not gonna lie, like some of the fast food here is genuinely like really good. Like, but then again, a lot of them are actually restaurants that do takeaway. They're not like straight up just like a McDonald's chain or some shit like that. Like there's two restaurants here locally. There's a Chinese restaurant that does takeaway and an Indian restaurant that does takeaway, and the food's really good. Um, like the Indian is delicious. Do y'all have any good diners around you in North Dakota, Two Acre? I'm interested to see the answer to that. Many diners, of course. Diners, small cafes, small bars. Man, the whole American diner from the 50s, that Eddie Rockets team stuff with the like what you call it, the fucking like the music players and the fucking booths and the big fucking milkshakes and shit. I fucking love that. I love that vibe. I love that aesthetic. So it's just cool. Good vibes. Uh, I think it's cool that your ward doctors let you do this daily. Yeah, like for 2 hours they let me out of the hole. Yeah, like fuck. Come on, defender, it's time to put your kimono and headband on. Yes, for 3 hours a day they take off the straight jacket and hand him a brush. I'd say I'd love to do a little skit of that, like where I'm just in this room and I'm just like fucking trying to like eat my own face. And then someone just comes up, opens the door, and has like the kimono all folded up, and then the headband, and then the hair tie, and then the fan, and they're just like, "It is time," and I'm just like, "Painteingu!" Oh god. I just imagine y'all have great food that part of the country. So who would want fast food? Yeah, it's in like certain places in Ireland are similar, like in that like there's really good fish and chip shops on the coast because they use really fresh fish, and that because they're on the coast, they tend to not be near the big cities. So not only do they use fresh fish, but they also have like real fresh potatoes using their chips, So you're actually, even though you're eating fast food or takeaway food, you're actually eating like real fucking food. Um, the poison drive through the poison drive through are always full, same as everywhere else. Yeah, like the drive through is like the next level, you know? Like you're not arse cooking fast food. Not arse like waiting, like standing in a line and waiting for fast food. Sit in your car and order it out the window. Oh my god, how far have we fallen? We're gonna like, well, I say we like, but like collectively, like I think this shit is gonna get so much worse. It's gonna be really interesting to see what happens over the next couple of years with this whole fucking shit that happened the other day in Dublin. As an Irishman, I'm kind of like, oh, lads, really? Like, come on, like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking, it's brutal to witness. It really is. The hypocrisy, like the irony and the hypocrisy of it all, like does genuinely make me a bit pissed off. Like because we have a great culture here, and like internationally, we're like loved for being really welcoming, and like we're always down for a good time. Like and we have a good fighting culture and stuff, and like we're excellent at some sports, and like even though we're a small island, it's like Jamaica. Like all the best sprinters come from that one black island. Like it's like a lot of the best fighters are Irish. There's amazing Irish literature, but some of the best poets were Irish. Some of the best, like the list goes on. And then you see what happened the other day, and you're just like, and you wonder why all this is happening. Like when you act like that, like like don't like. I'm one of the first people to be like, this place is fucked. Like, but Setting a car on fire doesn't do anything. Like, smashing up Foot Locker and robbing loads of runners doesn't solve the fucking problem. Like, the fact that I even have to say that is fucking insane. Like, oh, Ireland, hear me. Cut the bullshit and cop on. Like, fuck's sake. Oh, oh my god, butter chicken from Indian. Oh my god, I love butter chicken. That's all I get. That's all I get is butter chicken. I fucking love butter chicken. Indian restaurants is so good, but geez, they charge so much for it. Yes, Indian food is expensive, but I almost think it's worth it. Like, even if it comes out the other end an absolute mess and the following day is like kind of ruined, you know, I always enjoy it. It always feels really good going down. And like it's one of the food types where like you'll never eat all the Indian food. You know, there's moments where I don't eat all the Chinese food, but sometimes I eat all of it. You know, it's like covered in MSG or some shit. I don't know, but like the Indian food, I almost like never finish all of it because it genuinely tastes like real food, and they also give you a lot. They also give you a lot of bread. Non bread is fucking gorgeous. Uh, I always go for like the garlic cheese naan. It's delicious. I don't eat out often. A few places I enjoy are really good though. Yeah, like in the last few years, I've reduced it to like like I cook. Like what I love cooking is just I make baked potatoes and then I make chicken, and it requires fuck all effort. You put the chicken in a dish, you season it, you just put some butter on it. That goes in the oven for 25 minutes. You put the fucking potatoes, you grease them in fucking sunflower oil and cover them in salt and pepper and put them in the air fryer for 40 minutes. You know? So you do the potatoes first, wait a bit, you go back upstairs, go back to do whatever the fuck you were doing, wait 20 minutes, go back down, put the chicken in, wait another 20 minutes, everything's fucking done. Delicious. Absolutely fucking proper man food. It's just baked potatoes, some carrots, sometimes glazed in honey, and then uh just some chicken. And it's always from the butchers. It's always from the local butchers. I just got 6 chicken breasts, and I usually like 3 for me, 3 for the female, and then she'll usually just eat one and then save the other 2 for like leftovers or whatever. I generally pack away the 3 and then eat the potatoes. It was one of the things that actually allowed me to put weight on. I think was just consistently eating potatoes and chicken for weeks while occasionally working out. I put on a stone like fairly quickly. I'm starting to fluctuate again though. I drink too much coffee. Um, I love to cook too. I fucking love cooking. Like when you start frying garlic and butter and bacon, and you just like, oh, it just makes you hungrier. It's like like. Don't get me wrong. When you're tired, you're like, oh, just get the phone out, order a pizza, right? And it's really hard to combat that. Like when you've like spent the whole day doing productive shit, you've done your chores, you've done your work, you've made a bit of money for the day, God is good. And then you get into bed and you're just like, oh, I don't want to make dinner. Even though I love cooking, it's just it's like anything. You just only have so much energy in the day. That's what like disciplining yourself to efficiently use your creative God given energy throughout the day, effectively every day, is one of the most important things to try and like wrap your head around. Avoid distractions. Like little victories accumulate a lot quicker than you'd think. Just getting out of bed on time is a win. It really is. I know it sounds sad, but it is. Like just getting out of bed, like waking up and being like, right, come on. Like, uh, routinely, in a disciplined fashion, consistently, over a long period of time. That's a win. That's it may be a small win, but it's a fucking win. And if you, like, compound those little wins, it's like, I'm not going to eat that chocolate bar. I'm going to work out today. I'm going to drink more water today. I'm going to get up on time today. you know, and then it's like 6 wins, you know, then you can probably afford one small loss. Oh, I'm gonna eat that Twix. Fuck it. I'm hungry, you know. Um I've just done a veg soup while listening to you. Are you gonna make me hungry, nigga? Cooking is fucking lit. It is. Oh my god, a great day. Yeah, oh, especially here. Yeah, like fucking. Well, you guys be cold too. Where are you, Sleepy? I know 2 acres in North Dakota. Where are you, Anthony? Is it proper cold where you guys are now? Or is one of you in like San Fran or California or some shit and you're still basking in your back garden naked? Right. We get these bitches wet. 2 hours and 5 minutes in. I'll at least get the back. I'll at least get the hat and the map done, and get the background up and shit. Like, and then we'll leave it there. Right. What's the tune I'm looking for? Hold on a minute. Watch fucking the Bandit Bear will come back and look at the fucking replay on YouTube and he'd be like, "Holy shit! He went on for like 3.5 hours just talking bollocks." And it's like, no, I actually did paint at the end, so fuck you. Fuck. Where's me drums? Where's me taiko drums? I can't see my drums. Where's my drums? Oh. There we go. Right. It is time. Let me know if you can hear the tunes. Give me a 5x5. Augusta, Georgia. In Georgia! Yeah, it's chilly. Yeah, it's like 1 degrees here now. Celsius. No, super warm, dry winter so far. 2015. It's warm and dry winter so far. Watch, tomorrow you'll get fucking inundated with the white stuff. And I'm not talking about cocaine. Right. Let's get these bitches wet. Actually, no, not the bit. We're not getting the bitches wet yet. Where's the other bitch? Where's the hat? Map. Right. Okay. Okay. It is not the map. It is a map. We all know this. On the tunes. Let it build. Allow the music to permeate your spina. You should make a cooking video, Acres. Yeah, like people love cooking videos. There's all sorts of fucking gaming streamers and all that like do cooking videos, and their fucking fan base loves them. Their community is like, oh my god, like I've never tried that before, like, and it's something like sausage and eggs. It's hilarious. Like, right, give me a number between 0 and 224 and do it now. Before you lose honor. I haven't taken it. I forgot to bring in water. I didn't have any beverage. I've spoken for 2 hours straight without a single sip. That deserves a super chat. You know what time it is. It's that time of day. Can you feel it? It's coming. It's rising up your spine. Peinteingu! Peinteingu. 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 Where will we go? On Peinteingu. 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 Where we go? Peinteingu. Where the fuck? Peinteingu. I made my first turkey gravy last night. Winged it. My bro says it's magical. Man, I fucking love gravy. Sleepy House in with the 116. Well, we're not going to Greenland. We're off to Macedonia. Where the fuck is Macedonia? Is that in Africa? Please tell me Macedonia is not in Africa. I don't want to go back to Africa yet. I don't want to go back to Africa yet. Please don't tell me fucking Macedonia's in Africa. Where's Macedonia? Macedonia sounds like Russian or something. Does anybody know where Macedonia is? Butter, oat flour, turkey drippings. I seasoned it with random amounts and types of spices. It's awesome. Oh my god, I'm so hungry now. Oh. Do you know what one of my favourite meals is? And it's very simple. And then you could argue about the health of like tinned tuna or whatever. But I get some basmati rice, a cup of basmati rice, approximately 2 cups of grated white vintage cheddar cheese, aged white vintage cheddar cheese, and 2 tins of tuna chunks in sunflower oil. And it's fucking delicious. But one of my mates used to call it my prison meal. It's so filling. I feel like really like full and satisfied after it, and it's piss easy to make, and it takes like 20 minutes. All you have to do is boil the rice. Balkans region of Europe. Thank you, Jim and Hunter Bear. The rest of you are retards and you're useless. Let's fucking go! It's near Spain. Oh yeah, that actually does ring a bell, actually. I'm glad you're not a navigator. I could be a demigod painter, entertainer, wondrous thing, and navigate. That's what Owen's for. He's the legend. You know? I do not navigate. I create. Macedonia, Macedonia, Macedonia. Here's... Found it. Right. What do they say in Macedonia? Where's Macedonia gone? Oh, here it is. Right, if you're ever in Macedonia and somebody's bugging the shit out of you and you want them to fuck off, you say, Ebise. Ebise? E-B-I-S-E. Means fuck off. Oh no, fuck you. Ebise. Ebi. It's like, that's the first thing I want to learn about any language is like the vulgarity, like the insults are the best things to learn. It's above Greece. Yeah, Greece tends to be the bottom to things. Greece likes being under things. Oh, that has to be really. Right, time for the hat. So we're off to Macedonia. I'll have to look up some images of Macedonia. I suppose I could do that now. On the sly, you know. Booger! Oh, Jesus! Images. Macedonia. Images. Oh, that's very pretty. Very Roman. Yeah, Macedonia. Oh, I said Russian. Such a retard. Yeah, very Roman. Or Greek, whatever. Very Greek. It's all the same fucking thing. They're all faggots. Constantly fucking tanned and greased up. Bunch of fucking queers. Oh, that's beautiful looking. Okay, so churches, columns, Parthenons, stuff like that. And beautiful mountain ranges. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. We'll work with that. We have our objective. It's above it. All aboard! Think of Troy! What's the first thing you think of when you think of Troy? That bitch! Helen! Oh. This should be a UATV channel. I really appreciate you guys saying that. Like, Scouse Bear said the same thing. And, like, maybe one day, you know, like, maybe we'll see how this all goes. But, like, I really appreciate you guys showing up and enjoying it. I love that you guys love this as much as I love doing it. But, like, one of the reasons why I don't heavily promote myself is because I'm very cautious of getting too big too quickly. And, I don't want, because I've been in the bear community a while, and because of all the shit that's happened, I don't want Owen to think, like, I'm another up-and-coming lunatic who wants to, like, steal his thunder or some shit, or, like, interfere, you know, like, parasitically suck from the bears and shit, like, you know. Like, I'm a bear, and I love being a bear, and I love this community, and anything I can do to, like, just bring to the plate is what I want to do, like, you know. And that's what I have been doing, and I want to keep it that way. And if people, you know, believe that I belong on UATV, then I want to be honored. I would be honored. Is Stunts from Macedonia then? He does look very Greek, doesn't he? Like, little fat Greek fella. Peinteingu! Everywhere is above Greece. Oh, I love it. Because Greece is used to being a bottom. Yeah, like, it's the first thing I thought of. It's like, it's above Greece. It's like, fucking everything's above Greece. Fucking bottom bitch. Hey. Oh, God. Y'all crazy as hell. In the best way possible. The term "nobody is having more fun than us" is so fucking true. Right. Time for a snatchu from the Hatu. So there's been like longer breaks between snatch now. So like, you know, because I used to do the hat and the map like every stream or whatever. So like I'm out of practice a lot. We'll see what happens. Gathering chi. Snatch! I felt it. I felt it. It was close. I'll get the next one. I have a faith in my snatching abilities. Snatch! Oh! Oh, we got a twofer? I don't do twofers. We always put one back. Ooh! A worm! We are painting a whale. A whale. And fucking, that reminds me of Smokey Dick. Where's Smokey Dick? For those of you who don't know, I painted a whale a long time ago, and we named him Smokey Dick. He's here somewhere. I always love this one. It's just a bear throwing a sheep into a campfire. Man, some of the old Peinteingus just look like memes. Like, oh god. No. I fucking love this tune. It's always worth getting Hitler out with his little squirt gun on the moon, you know. Uh, where's Smokey Dick? Smokey, where are you, boy? Where are you, Smokey? Oh. Man, I've done so many of these. There's two Ukrainian fags making out behind a bush wearing rollerblades. Very topical. I was painted ages ago. Wait, like way before any of that Ukrainian shit happened. I think. I could be wrong. Oh. Right. Time to dance with some demons. Right. Actually, like I feel so good about the tunes that I regularly use. The dancing demons thing and then the retro wave thing. They just suit Paintingu so well. And because I've played them again and again, like I've managed to like time certain things with them and all. Like it fucking just makes it so much fun. Fuck you, Dana! I've had enough of you, you bleeding slag! Here on Paintingu, we don't like Dana from StreamYard. This is a Jesus Paintingu that I did a while ago, and it's Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. His ghost is behind Jesus, and Jesus's hair is flowing into his face, and he's like, "Crikey, Jesus, your hair smells gorgeous." And the crocodile driving is scared because, as far as he's concerned, they're going the wrong way. So he's like, "We're going the wrong way," and Jesus nobly and wisely responds, "Nigga, I am the way." Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Paint whale! There he is. He was the last one! The one I was looking for was the last one. Typical. So this is the other whale that I painted a long time ago. This is Smokey Dick. He's a smoking, crying whale. It's probably one of my favourite Paintingus. That cigarette is epic looking. I love the idea of a smoking whale. And he's like crying. Like, why are you crying, Smokey? It's my last cigarette. Right. So what else are we painting? The heart will tell us. I actually can't believe I've gone this long without a fucking sip of water. Like, I'm really surprised my throat isn't, like, killing me right now. But I suppose I haven't been, like, roaring over the music for fucking 2 hours. I'd buy the sheep across paint. I don't know how much it would like cost me to send to you. I'll figure out how. Give me your address, and I'll figure out how much it'll cost me to send it to you. Because I think I can do it as a gift, and that reduces how much. I think you'll still have to pay customs on it, but it'll be cheaper. Let me know how much you paid for the paint because like I don't like when like one person spends like a lot of money on me in a row. Like I really appreciate it and shit, but like I don't want like I don't want to like drain people out. Because like Scouse nearly did that where he was like, I'll buy that," and then bought me a kimono and all, and I was just like when shit like that where like people are being really good to it, and you're like, stop, please stop. Yeah, like I obviously wouldn't charge you a lot of money for that. But Joe Gagan did set the bar at $70 for a Peinteingu painting. Because he spent $70 on one, I was like, right, that's the... Now everyone's getting charged $70. Because before that, I was like, oh, just pay me whatever, send me whatever. And like, I love NATO Bear, so I'm not talking shit. But he said it himself, he still has to send me silver. Which was like nearly 2 years ago or some shit. And then like, Moon Jazz King sent me a package, which he didn't wrap correctly, and I basically spent 40 minutes cleaning up a load of fucking like golden syrup and glass. Like, what kind of gobshite puts a fucking half a litre bottle of fucking golden syrup, a glass bottle of golden syrup, in an unprotected box in a like that's being fucking shipped internationally? The thing arrived and it was a fucking sticky, sharp, dangerous mess of a thing. Like, I was so annoyed. I was like, somebody was like, oh, I'm gonna send you a care package with like loads of cool stuff in it, and there was cool stuff in it, like, but like you get it, and you're like, I was like, you fucking retard. Like, oh god, he must be so sad that nobody can see his tears underwater. That's probably a really good point. Maybe that's why he's crying. Maybe he cried once and nobody noticed, so he just kept crying. Whatever works best for you, we can discuss later. Yeah, like, you know, like, if you want it, you can have it. And then, like, you know, as long as I know you're cool, like, I'm not going to be like, you know, oh, like, you have to pay me, whatever. Like some people, I've been like, no, pay me up front. Like, I better get something out of you before I just don't see you again. Like, but like most of my interactions have been really good, great, even like fucking insane. Like Scouse Bear. Words cannot describe how much I love that tiny fucker, cause he's fucking tiny. But I love him. Scouse Bear is like an like that guy inspires me to like be a better man. Scouse Bear is like an absolutely sick drummer, but he's just like a fucking like. Well, he's not just, you know. I don't mean to demean what he does. Like, what he does is pretty fucking epic. But he's a labourer. He's a plasterer. But he's like amazing at drums. I fucking admire people so much like that, who like early in life attained like a really high skill level in something and made like a load of money doing it, but then chose the 9-to-5 life because it was more stable and like more financially stable. Like, that to me is like, that's a really strong dude. Like, you know, I love Scouse. Yeah, Sleepy Scouse is awesome. He's a fucking legend. And so is Stuntman. Like, the pair of them are fucking legends. Like, obviously Stuntman's a fag and a fat one, but he's the coolest fat faggot I've ever met. Right. Statue number 2. Gathering Chi. Snatch. Ah, it slipped. I had it and it slipped. Snatch. Oh! It was so close. I'm so out of practice. I used to nail these. Snatch. Oh, a needler. We're painting a whale and a needle. The whale, needle, and we're going to Macedonia. Some of these aren't like I roll them up into balls, so they're like easier to snatch and harder to snatch in a sense. Like, if you get me, like, because if they were all just sticking up, like, it'd be too easy, you know. Right. A good shuffling is important. Snatch. Oh, ah! Oh, that doesn't count. I dropped it. I dropped it. That doesn't count. Obviously, no. Oh, fuck. That's why I love Stunt. Is like Stunt would see a clip of me saying that about him, and he'd be laughing. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know that's a real nigga. It's like when Owen's taking the piss out of the Irish and all, like, and then I wrote that like little story in about like Paddy the Irishman and fucking Irish stealing the big truck of piss. And Paddy Irishman was like, the Irish will never pay for their own piss. Like, it's hilarious. Like, it's just a funny theme. Like, do you know what I mean? And like anybody who would be like, and like sometimes the female, like that's what I think is so funny about females. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's so obvious. She knows that he's a comedian and then he takes the piss, but she's heard some things that he said about the Irish, and she'll be like, "The fuck?" Like she gets offended, like and I'm like, "He's taking the piss." She's like, "Yeah, but still." Oh, it's so funny, like. Right. Final snatch. Snatch. You see, it's two in a row after snatching and then just letting go of it. Oh, brutal. This is what I get for not painting for 2 hours. This is the hat's fucking me. The hat's just like, this is what you get, man. I'm just gonna make a show of you on the internet. Like, your snatching skills suck, nigga. Snatch. It's gonna be half an hour of me failing to snatch. Come on, gather your chi, Defenderoo. You can do this. I've already done 2. You can do 1 more. Come on, nigga. Somebody super chat me, it'll help. Snatch! Ah! Now I'm getting frustrated. Fuck it, I'm gonna burn this hat. I'm not even gonna entirely burn it. I'm gonna put cigarette burns on the sides of it. Just gonna rough it up a bit. Just fuck with it, like. You fuck with me, I'll fuck with you, you piece of shit.
Every little thing
can go fuck itself, and so can you. You fucking bastards! Hop on my stream every goddamn day and you peddle your shit without any fucking consideration for my fucking feelings. Paint. Snatch! Yo! Get in! Oh my god. Jam! I have to paint spot of jam. That's actually one of the weirdest combos I've found out of that. We're off to Macedonia and we're painting a whale, a needle, and some jam. 3 things that you always find in the same room together. Oh, fucking hell. I had it and it slipped, said the actress to the bitch. Oh, fuck. Never go fishing. Man. I started getting these organic soaps from an Irish independent company here. He started making organic soaps. It's called the Black Stuff, and I was like, "Oh, these look decent and all." There's this black. It's like a Atlantic pine tar or some shit. It's called I don't know if it's that one I'm using at the moment. I can't remember. But it's like a black soap, and it's got like gritty stuff in it. Oh, it's a really nice soap. And I feel like really good after I use it. The amount of times it slipped out of my hand when I was in the shower. So like, for years, like you just grab the tub of the gel shit in it, you just like dump it on your head, put the thing back, rub it all in, like. But like a bar of soap, like you know what I mean? You're like rubbing it in your hair, rubbing it on your hands, like putting it back, like sucking yourself up and shit. Like, I fucking thing slipped out of my hand like a dozen times in the first couple of weeks. I'd just be like, because I'm not used to like having to be conscious of that. Like I'm just used to like washing myself, and I just go what. And every time I dropped it, I was like, oh my gosh. Can't believe I have to bend down in the shower now to pick up soap. Oh. Oh, fuck. Snatcheroo. Oh man, my cheeks are actually sore from laughing. Never go fishing. Forget fishing. I have problems showering with real soap. If I ever get imprisoned, I'm fucked. Right, now. Finery. Let's get these bitches wet. Right. Time to get these bitches wet. These fucking notifications. Right. Big bitch first. Big fat bitch first. Make sure you don't go to prison. With the fucking hate speech laws they're gonna fucking bring into Ireland, if the Irish government gets a whiff of this stream. Oh. But that's how I'm not even gonna, oh man, I swear to God, I would do this in prison. Man, do you ever see people streaming from prison? They get like phones in prison and like they're like on TikTok in prison. Mad. Fucking mad shit, like. I totally do this in prison. 3 hots and a cot and they get to do Peinteingu. Like, and then they fucking let me work out. And then they'll fucking like 3 square meals a day, like, do you know what I mean? Like, lads get fucking shredded in prison, like. Now, yeah, that like, the obvious thing is that like I would be away from the female. God, that would be brutal. I think I'd go about like 2 weeks before I'm just like inundated by fucking demon voices in my mind, just being like, you can't do it, can you? You can't go fucking even a year without having sex with a female. You're so used to it. You've been with the same woman for 10 years. You're going to be in here 6 months and you're going to be a fag. Oh God. Oh. I'm so straight that gay, like, even talking about like actual like gay stuff like genuinely makes me like sick. I'm so like thank you. Like, thank you for making me this way. It's probably because like it's probably the same like psychological shit like that makes me an artist. That like I just appreciate the female form too much to be a fag. Like I fucking love women. Women are beautiful. The way they work, the shape of them, the way they smell. Sort of like fucking like I love bitches. I say it's funny because like I've often turned around to like we'd be talking about like more agrarian lifestyles, and I turn around to the female and be like, like I wouldn't cheat on you, right? Like like I'm not saying that I want to have another wife, but like I think I could do that. I think I could have like 3 wives. I think I'd be all right with that. Blonde, brunette, redhead, like I think I could totally do that. Like like she's like, don't even say stuff like that. Like no, like you know what I mean? Which like reinforces in my mind. I'm like, oh, like she doesn't even want to share me. Like the thought of sharing me fucks with her. Like do you know what I mean? So she does. She loves me. Like and like the thought of another man even touching her makes me like a combination of violently ill and like insane. Like, you know, like I would like savage a man that fucking like, you know, I would bite his heart. Um, and like I find it hilarious when you're like really honest with your woman and you're like, yeah, I think like if you were okay with it, like this is exactly word for word pretty much this is like I might be slightly paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly what I said, but this is pretty much what I said. I was like, if you were okay with it, like if you had a good enough relationship with another female that you had like a sisterhood thing going on and you didn't mind sharing me with her, fucking right, I'm not gonna turn down extra pussy. Like, like you're telling me I have two bitches doing the dishes? Hell yeah! Like, while one of you is cleaning, another one is fucking like, I want another baby. All right, yeah. Like, like, I completely get why the fucking Muslims do that shit. Like, but Owen's right. Like, it wouldn't work if it wasn't really moral and genuine. You know, you're obviously not going to get away with the first thing that most lads think of is like, oh yeah, like we'll have loads of wives and just fucked a lot of them. Like, it's like, no, man. To be like emotionally committed, emotionally like, understanding, compassionate, and like remember all that. Like I've been with one female for fucking over 10 years. It's exhausting at times. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking exhausting dealing with all your. We have emotions too, and we have to deal with your inability to deal with your emotions. Fucking hell, sometimes stressful as fuck. Could you imagine having to do that 9 times? Fuck that. Three's the limit for me. I could do three. She'd never be alright with it. Which makes me love her even more. The fact that she wouldn't be okay with it. As it would. Imagine if she turned around and she'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I think I might be okay with like, another two women bopping around or whatever. Like, that would make me suspicious. I'd be like, why? You don't mind sharing me? That's a bit fucked, But the fact that she was like so, that she turned her nose up at it to such an extent, I was like, this bitch loves me. Like, oh, it's hilarious. I find I do feel like an alien sometimes because I find human interaction fascinating because I'm such a fucking like third person perspective guy where I'm like constantly watching and listening to my own behavior as if I'm not necessarily in control or in me. But I think that's like the proper way to live. It's like you're a little bit detached, so you don't overreact to your environment, but you're attached enough to react healthily and appropriately to your environment. All is balance. Remember this. Right. No, yeah, we'll go with the aqua green. One of my favorite colors. Right. Hey, yeah. A little squirt, just a wee one, to get the flow going, to get the brood flowing. You always have to have a shit ton of white. Having a high percentage of white in your environment is extremely important. You hear me? Okay. Get the fuck off my bitch. Beautiful blue sky. Hello, is that the ADL? Right. One more pass with the big bitch, and that'll be our beautiful blue sky. Right, and I'm thinking we'll do a coastal city, village, town, mountain range in the back. I'll throw some Greek slash Roman esque structures into the mix. Right, next color. A bit of burnt sienna. Another one of my favorite colors, but not because of the color, but because of the smell. If you don't believe me, buy yourself some burnt sienna and sniff it. I'm not even playing. Oh, I don't know what they put in it. It's so fucking good. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like cinnamon or something like. Oh, like what's sienna? And why do you burn it? I have a bit of burnt sienna in there, so I'm going to use that first. I detest wasting paint. Oh, bless you. That bitch wet. Slap her about. Hmm, that's unfortunate. It dried up. That is unfortunate. Quite nearly just sprayed, like, I very nearly just squirted all over the fucking laptop there. That would have been bad. Okay, so we got our mountain range in the background here. And then the rest of the landmass will be like here. And then we'll do the sea there. Peinteingu. Yeah, huh? That's why I fucking love gouache. Like that stuff was like nearly like it was very dried up. Just spray some water on it, it's good to go. Like obviously it's thinned down and shit, but like it's totally still usable. It's a little squirt, tiny, tiny squirt. Well, maybe a bit more. You can really smell it when you're like spreading it across the paper or canvas or whatever. Like, it smells gorgeous. That's another thing I've thought about before is like scented paints. So like when you go up to a painting, you can like say if it's like a painting of fucking flowers or some shit, like and you walk up, you can like smells like flowers. Do a painting of a gun and like smells like fucking gunpowder and shit, or like stuff like that. Like, paint. Paint. Ah. Right. Get the ocean in there. We'll call it a day. It's been a while since I did a 3 hour one. Yeah. I had this room heated up before I came in here, and I can see my breath again already. That's how quickly the heat just leaves this house. It's fucking mad. Like my feet are cold right now. Oh, I have to move around a lot and go make some food after the stream. Some brew, some Prussian blue, not just any blue. Paint. Paint C. Spanish C. Paint. Sleepy has me paranoid now. Ain't no fucking curve on this bitch. I actually think it's hilarious that like it's probably going to be a running joke for a long time that like the people who haven't watched a single Paintingu before come here, and then like I'm like just shiting on for like an hour and a half or something. Like I thought this was a painting strip. Like did this guy get like all dressed up and puts himself beside a fucking canvas like and to just talk a load of shit? Like, yeah, sometimes yeah. What a beautiful Ocean. It's pronounced ocean, not on Paintingu. It's not. Go in with the smaller bitch. Okay. Kind of want that to go like out here more. Fucking sleep deprived bears uploading Paintingu to like the Telegram thing while I'm doing Paintingu. More Paintingu is being uploaded. Oh yeah, I'm some of the episodes are on Rumble as well. If you want to go over there and watch them, if it's easier for you or some shit. They're not all there. I've slowly started uploading them myself. I think it starts with like episode 70 or episode 68 or 69 or something. I think. Right, we knock in the silhouette of a fucking small town, village, city thing, and then we'll call it a day. Uh, that's a smart colour. What's a smart colour? Uh, I'm looking. I'm lucky. I get free heating. You get free heating? What do you do? Just chop wood, carry water? Having heat included as an apartment tenant is a blessing. You get free heating? You just like your rent includes your heating? Yeah, that's pretty intense. It's not like that for us. We have to pay rent and then we have to pay for the electricity and shit. Like, that's a fucking bomb. Ocean, yeah, or Ocean. Anything but ocean. The sky color. Yeah, I fucking love aqua green. Aqua green is just like oh, what a color. Right. I think we're gonna go with kind of a sandy color for the buildings again. Like beige maybe, like a bone white kind of thing. So I'm gonna get a tiny bit of this raw sienna. Yeah, the raw sienna doesn't smell like the burnt sienna. Faintly, faintly similar, but nowhere near the same kind of pong that you get off the other stuff. Gonna have to get more though. I ordered paint yesterday. I think I said it yesterday on the stream. I ordered 3 tubes. Ordered this shit. I ordered like three more of these. Red, yellow, and green. 3 more of them. €100. €100. If anybody ever asks you why fucking art costs so much, that's why. Like, it's not just because it takes me X amount of hours to produce something that looks awesome. It costs a fucking bomb. Like, it's fucking crazy. And I still feel bad when I charge friends like for a painting. I'm like, how much do I charge them? It's stuff like that makes me feel like a fucking retard. Like, you know what I mean? Not like feeling bad for like charging people money. Like, you're just like, what? This is gonna have to be way paler, but it's on the right track. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, okay. Oh, bless you. Okay. Uh, buildings here. Actually, no, that's too close to the coast. That's too close. Far too close. Yeah, more like here. What, like, stone wall there. Very Vatican-esque. Okay. Paint. Right. Oh, shit. Right. This is a vague markup. I'll come back to that tomorrow. I am fucking hungry now. Completely understand where fucking the banded bear was coming from. Fucking Jones and all this talk about food and cooking is after making me really hungry. Um, I took ill while on holiday in the UK, so I get my rent and heating and cash to live off. It saved my life, literally. Holy shit! So you've been kicked out of a fucking helicopter. You've been kicked out of a helicopter and fallen like 50 feet or some shit, busted your back, and like, and like, what kind of illness did you get? That's crazy. Uh, Sweet, coming together nicely. Oh yeah, it'll look boss by the time it's done. Don't you worry. I'm sitting in a diner now. How dare you? Grits and scrambled eggs. Oh, you fucking bitch! Right, I'm getting out of here. It's been a great stream. Thank you. You're welcome, Moo. And it's also been a great stream, Moo, because of you. Because of you, the fans. It's the fans that make it. And with that, I don't feel comfortable signing off with Dance of the Demons. You know, usually when I sign off, it's a bit more energetic. So I will briefly um, change the tunes so that I can bid you all farewell in a proper Peinteingu way. I'll get the most out of telling you to fuck off. I do it with feeling. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, bears and bearettes, niggers and niggerettes, this has been Peinteingu, and I have been Defenderoo, and you have been pathetic little Mortaloo. Same time tomorrow, same place, same high-octane painting energy. You've never watched paint dry like this before. Until then, be good, be true, and be beautiful. I will see you again on Peinteingu. God bless. I love you all. If you would like to support the stream, the link is in the description. Do not make me take off Carlos's bucket. You will be savaged by a Siberian tiger formerly employed by a Colombian drug lord. Farewell.